There we go. Okay. Hey, I was doing a sound like just to see if my mic was working. Apparently it is. Okay. Awesome. Okay. So, what are we doing? We're streaming. It's Saturday. So listen. Yeah, you see this heat warning down there? That's because temp has been fluctuating between like 36, 37, and 40 all day. And it's been like that yesterday. And guess what happened yesterday? My fucking air conditioner broke. Apparently, it's the board, it's the chip board. And yeah, it's the weekend, and nobody's gonna fucking replace that during the weekend. And so here I am, fucking melting. Also worried about my PC and all that, of course. But yeah, I'm mostly fucking melting. So today's stream is going to be limited in scope. I'm not gonna be standing up and showing you my curvy body. I'll instead sit in my chair, try to be as still as possible in this fucking house where, yeah, I'm sweating just by existing. I'm not gonna lie, and I kind of got used to it. But sorry, the fact that I've been trying to sleep with like almost like 38, 37 degrees last night. I just couldn't fucking sleep. I was just like trying to lie still in bed and just do nothing. And it fucked me. There's no sleeping like that. That's it. There's just no sleeping. I got a fan which is like blowing on full settings, and it's just not enough. It just doesn't do anything, which is amazing. I mean, it does do something. It's better than fucking nothing. Let me tell you that. But honestly, it's mostly just warm air just being pushed into my face. And sure, fine, I guess. But yeah, because of that, you're not gonna be seeing any of me today. Not my fucking voluptuous like butt or my sexy thighs or anything. So yeah, I'm just gonna be as still as possible in my chair, and we're just gonna look at a video because of that. Okay, and I'm really sorry because there were so many things I wanted to talk to you about in concern like regarding martial arts because I wanted to do that today, but yeah, last evening made it very clear that I will not be fucking demonstrating anything, and I'm barely wearing any clothes. Yeah, because anything touching my body right now feels like shit. I'm not gonna lie. So there you have it. No camera today. I'm sorry, and no like um, martial arts dear diary kind of stream. None. What can you do? Instead, videos, right? That's what she said. Well, she said a lot. But yeah, I'm really sorry. I did want to do a martial arts like log entry. Let's call them that. But yeah, I'm not gonna do that with like 40 degrees under shade. Um, it's gonna feel like shit. If I was absolutely in the mood, I would go out and work out, for example. I can do that. But I can't sit in my room and just like talk and talk and talk and talk and just show you stuff and argue and just being in my room and just like getting sweaty, like with no other purpose than streaming. I can't get into that mindset. I'm sorry. So I owe you a dear diary entry for martial arts. Probably midweek, maybe Friday. Extra stream. There you go. Extra stream. Maybe Friday and Saturday, because Saturday, of course, I'm gonna stream my regular fucking nonsense. So it might be two episodes of that this time, because I feel like I owe you now, and I do have like a lot that I wanted to talk about, like to add, right? But yeah, here we go. Instead, we're gonna watch something, and I'm gonna be just like I'm gonna move as little as possible. Yeah, I'm hydrating. Don't worry. I've got water here. It's not cold water because I don't want the contrast. It's just average room temperature water. Yeah, let me tell you, it fucking sucks. Like summer in Greece. And yeah, it says 36 there, by the way. And it says windy. Dude, if you go outside right now, it's like a fucking hair dryer blowing in your face. Not as bad as back then with the 50s. Now that was fucking horrid. It's not that bad. But also, I don't believe for a second this is 36. I don't believe for a second this is 36. I know my Greek weather very well, and I've survived 2 summers of like 40 Celsius being the minimum. So I do know that this is very close to 40, what we're having right now. And yeah, without an air condition, it's kind of, yeah, you know, not good. Could be 36 because of the wind, but again, like this wind is fucking horrendous. Like you don't wanna, you don't wanna fucking be out there. Anyway, let's hope that on Monday I get my air conditioner back. Like it's insane. How will I stream? So because here's the issue. Monday, sure, I'll be doing Guild Wars, and that's not taxing for my system at all. But what happens on Tuesday when I have to do, Veilguard? I'm not sure I want to run Veilguard on the settings that I'm running it on for you and for me, of course, with no air conditioner in the room to kind of like alleviate the load for my PC. I don't. Maybe I care too much. Maybe I'm overblowing it, right? Maybe PCs are, they can handle that, but I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. I don't think I should be pushing my 5080 when the ambient temperature is like 38 on average, like Celsius. I don't think I should be doing that. I don't know. So yeah, I do want it fixed by Tuesday. Otherwise, I don't fucking know, dude. I might have to move all my schedule, push it to the end of the week because that's when hopefully my air conditioner will be fixed. Hopefully. Anyway, enough whining. What do we have today? But anyway, so now I just apologize. I'm sorry, okay? There's not gonna be any camera. There's not gonna be anything today. We're just gonna talk. Contrary to my own, mood as well, because I was very much in the mood. And I have taken so many notes during the week of what I want to say that it's going to be impossible to just talk about it in one entry. I'm gonna have to like focus one thing at a time. So I already have like a backlog of things I want to talk about. Imagine that, regarding martial arts. Imagine that. Yeah, I mean it's content, right? For me, it's content, and also I just love remembering all that stuff. I love like going through my thoughts and like my processes and remembering everything that was at the front of my brain for a very long time. Anyway, right. So let's slide this over. Whoop. There you go. And what do we have here? 20 minutes, you say? Minus the intro here, like this 4 minutes. Again, the same stuff, like six guys in self-defense challenges. My favorite flavor of seeing shit like that. My favorite thing to do on the Saturday with you on stream, if I'm not, talking about martial arts on my own. So let's take let's get the sound stuff out of the way, okay? So let me see. First of all, it's gonna be picked up by my microphone, but you're gonna just have to deal with that for a bit.
Marked with martial arts.
Okay, too loud. Let's go here.
Fitness equipment manufacturer.
Still a bit loud, right? What about now?
Actors SMAI's logo.
That good? Let's see.
Can be used by the contestants as weapons.
This should be good, alright? Is that good for you? Should I increase it a little bit, just like a notch? A bit more? Let me see. Let's do this.
They will also have
Okay, maybe a bit more. Okay, but this is as high we'll have.
access to the Atomic Bear self-defense.
Yeah, okay, so there. That should be very audible to you, very clearly audible to you. Or I hope it is. I don't fucking know. I don't get any feedback, so how the fuck would I know? I'm just going by, by OBS. Yeah, so who the fuck knows? Maybe just even more, like maybe there. Okay, maybe there. Now it should be fine. Now let's see if it's getting picked up by the microphone.
And spend, which will play a big
Yeah, it is. So we have to do this.
role in the future challenges too.
There we go. And this is like ideal now, I think. Let me also increase my my volume a bit.
And instead of running or hiding, our first two contestants decide
Yeah, this is perfect. I feel this is perfect. Okay, so let's go back to like here. Oh wow. Okay, that's okay. Why is there a broom there? Why is there a broom there? Aggressive brooming. I mean, okay, sure. Okay, let's see what this is about. Okay.
tools to fight back. Each prop marked with martial arts and fitness equipment manufacturer's SMAI's logo can be used by the contestants as weapons. They will also have access to the Atomic
So anything with that logo is going to be an available weapon for the contestants. Okay.
Bear self-defense pen, which will play a big role in the future challenges too. And instead of running or hiding, our first two contestants decided to use these tools to fight back.
All right, so these two are going to fight back. Okay. But what's the challenge though?
In my life, why would 5 people be running after me trying to stab me? I'm coming from the war in Israel. In my mind, the only reason 5 people would want to stab me is because I'm a Jew. These people is not somebody I'm going to hide from.
Nathan and I,
So I understand the conviction of like holding your ground, but like, okay, so listen, there is a time and place. Okay? Saying that I'm X, whatever X is for you, so I'm just gonna stand my ground. That's movie and games. Okay? Why would 5 people want to stab you? That's because you're a Jew and so you're gonna stand up, or Israeli or whatever. I don't fucking care what you are. Let's use me as an example. I'm trans, and let's say, okay, 5 people. Why would they want to stab me? That's because I'm trans. First of all, it doesn't matter. In this scenario, they definitely want to stab you. Why are you making it like weird, right? Second of all, sure, I guess. Does that change your tactics? Like what they are and why they're doing what they're doing? Does that thing change your tactics? If the result is granted that they will attack you, does it fucking matter in this scenario? What was that weird dialogue that this guy had? That was fucking weird, right? Anyway, so don't base your tactics on emotion. You know, I'm not saying kill your emotions, become an emotionless machine of murder. No, nothing like that. It's more like keep it grounded, keep thinking clearly, right? Just focus on the task at hand. Forget these weird details, honestly.
we had a plan. He was gonna lure people, and then once he starts shouting, I'm gonna jump out with the pen and stab people in the neck.
Okay. That is... Let's see. So he's waving his weapon, which... Okay, I mean, it doesn't matter that much. And then the attacker, I would assume, because this must be our guy, right? That's not our guy. This is our guy. This is the Skeletor over here, which, by the way, good job, Skeletor. Skeletor over there is armed with... Wow, okay. With a rod, a stick, something long, anyways. If that's your length, that's what she said, shouldn't you be thrusting? Preemptive, that's what she said. But yeah, if that's your length, at this point, use it as a spear to stop like the knife guy from coming close, like skewering you. Anyways. Oh, okay, let's see.
Yet, If they succeeded, we will find out after the next two contestants
Why don't we find out now? What the fuck? I want to find now. Okay, fine. Okay,
are
fine.
introduced.
Okay, 2 more people introduced.
Jordan, welcome.
Damn, he has a shadow clone. This guy. So, okay, sorry if I'm laughing, by the way. I need to clarify. I'm not laughing at the people, okay? I'm laughing at the editing, at the whole thing, at the, whatever else. I'm not laughing at the people personally. It's obvious. I shouldn't have to clarify that. But, like, look at this intro, though. Fucking look at this intro with the music. It's crazy.
Jordan, welcome.
Immediately shadow clone. Jordan, welcome. Kagebushi no Jutsu. Damn.
You've been
Welcome. Have a nice dose of clone assassination.
selected to showcase your martial arts skill at the Ultimate Self-Defense Championship.
Hey, they get scrolls.
Jordan Presenter, also known as
They get Elder Scrolls.
Jordan, teaches Jiu-Jitsu. I'm a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I've been training Muay Thai for 7 years. Amateur MMA champ. All my MMA wins are by submission, so I'm very much a grappler. My game plan going into this thing is to really represent Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Even though I can't strike, I don't want to use strike so much. I want to represent Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and do
Yeah, but why? Like, why would you? Why? I understand. Okay, so yeah, okay, I get it. He just wants to do that now. Okay, he just chooses to do that now. Valid. Okay. Normally, though, I've told you before, styles just separate tactics, and you need all of your arsenal. You can't have just, how, for example, in Elden Ring, I just choose to not use magic. Yeah, that's a stupid choice, by the way, right? I just do it because like it's a game, and like I wanna like live the fantasy of I didn't roll a wizard. I don't want to do magic. As simple as that. In reality, you use everything that you know. Everything. Whatever is appropriate.
it as a pure Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, brother. I'm Nathan.
So why are they introducing themselves? Because they've been in so... Is this the first episode ever? Is this like the first... Otherwise, why are they introducing themselves? They know each other. They know each other. We know that because we've watched them before. Like here, for example. Weird. Not using magic is legit, but also your point is very much true from what I can tell, but you absolutely know nothing. Yeah, I mean, just use common sense. Seriously. Of course you use everything you can. Like, everything. What? Is your life going to be threatened and you're going to be, I'll take 10% Muay Thai. I think I'll not take more than 10%, maybe some kind of like Kung Fu, some Wushu. And then the rest is going to be strictly boxing. Even though, I know not to separate stuff. And even though I know that like different styles just accomplishes nothing and it's all martial arts, I'll just choose to categorize it. Then I will pick from those categories certain things. And then from those things, some of them I will not do, even though I'm perfectly capable of doing. Okay, cool. Do you also want to activate like, Iron Man mode?
If you turn around, this is what you've come for. I know you've come here for this.
Yeah, 100%. I'm here to win, and I'm gonna win.
And then Jordan was about to be introduced to his partner for the first challenge.
I'm curious about the intro here.
Craig?
Also Shadow clones, but this time with... What is that? Australia, then I assume it's beer. I have to assume it's beer at this point.
Although initially Season 2 of the Ultimate Self-Defense Championship was supposed to be joined by professional basketball player Kevin Achampong to take...
Oh, Oh, that would have been so
Test
interesting.
how much size and athleticism make a difference in self-defense. When Kevin broke his foot right before the championship, Greg
Oh, no.
Hunter, a regular person with a regular lifestyle and only occasional martial arts training, agreed to fill Kevin's place with only a week's notice in order to test and see how a regular
Okay,
person
fair.
compares to professional
Just like last
martial
time,
artists
basically.
in self-defense.
Yeah, g'day, I'm Craig. I'm just a regular Aussie bloke. You'll find 10 of me in most pubs. I'm a carpenter by trade, drive a semi-trailer now. I have a little bit of dabbling in martial arts. I think I got 2 stripes in jiu-jitsu on a white belt and sporadic training in combatives under Jeff Phillips.
Kev broke his foot, the basketball guy. Craig's taking his place, jumping in last minute.
I'm a
He's
ringer.
doing us a big solid. Nice to meet you, bud. Biz. Bingo, everyone.
I knew it. I fucking knew it. It was beer. It was beer. Let me also lower my maybe I should lower my microphone a bit. Wait, one sec. Because it peaks like really hard. Anyway,
And whether Craig's plan to drink beer a day before the championship works out,
why not? Why the fuck not? It's a normal circumstance, right? Don't you fucking drink beer or something? It's a normal circumstance. Of course they should simulate that, which is also pleasant. I love beer.
we will find out in a moment. It was time for the second team to enter the warehouse, and their plan was very different from
Okay.
the first team.
I discussed with Jordan, do you want to get a strategy? Very respectfully, he said, oh, no, but I want to kind of do it solo.
Are you doing it solo?
And my strategy was just to hide for as long as possible.
Damn, isn't he the shadow clone guy? That's why he wants to hide. It's like he's a ninja, dude.
When they're tired of looking for me, just make my getaway. I hid underneath the bleachers, which I kind of scoped it out while we were in there. This is gonna be the perfect spot to hide, and
So the thing with hiding, right? So that's the problem with hiding in such a scenario. Yeah, this place is huge. Okay, so it could be a little bit more beneficial, but generally, like if somebody breaks in your house, let's say, or whatever, like in a small place, you know what I mean? Hiding without moving locations, it just exponentially, over time, exponentially increases your chances to be found. So you gotta be moving. And also depending on like what the people who are searching for you are doing as well, 'cause that's a huge thing, And of course availability. I mean, if it's open space, how are you gonna fucking move away, right? But in general, it would be nice if you hide somewhere where you're not trapped. So it's not like a commitment, like, oh, I'm gonna be here, and whatever happens, I can't change my location no matter what, I think that is like. Don't prefer it, I would say. And of course, I'm not like an evasion specialist or anything. It's just that, like, I personally, you wouldn't catch me in such a predicament where I make sure that I hide somewhere where it's just a matter of time, Unless it can't be helped. Because if it can't be helped and you need to just delay for as long as possible and there is just no other option, I mean, okay, and you have to hide, there's no chance for you to fight. There's no chance for you to win. Then, yeah, okay, I get it, But let's see, because this here is a little bit dangerous. And that's because if you decide to crawl out of that, well, holy fuck, you better crawl as fast as a fucking, I don't know, like a fucking snake, Which there are ways to crawl quite fast if you know how to, obviously, but still just not fast enough that you would gain the advantage over somebody who is like ready to like jump you if they do spot you, depending on distance as well. I guess here maybe depending on distance you can get away with it. And also this hiding place, I don't know how this is constructed, but at least in my country, whenever you see stuff like that, it's pretty open. Like, these are not closed. You can see through. You can literally just see what's behind. You can also walk through here and see what's behind. And, the back is also, of course, not solid, so you can just see. So this is a strange choice because I assume there must be access to the back.
I figured I could fit underneath there.
I didn't even have a hiding spot in mind, and I just saw this little balcony, and there was some scrub right there. Oh, I'm going to go and lay in that.
Okay.
Eventually, the 5 minutes ran out, and the
I want to see what that guy did with the scrub there, with the strawberry or whatever. I want to see how he concealed himself in there.
Knife attackers entered the building.
I was underneath there for a while. I wanted them to like look really hard for me in there and then give up and then make
Also,
The building.
so they enter. Okay. This guy's not even paying attention to this door, and there is no one behind him. So, where the fuck are you looking? All right, maybe that guy was behind him. This guy just puts his face in the door opening. Very cool. Good job. Don't. Yeah, and also keep your hand out there. Yeah, so half your body is useless. Nice entry. This guy, okay, so he pushes it open and waits to see what's gonna happen.
underneath there for a
And
while.
then,
I
yeah,
wanted them
okay.
to like look really hard for me
So these guys are not seeing the ninja. So this is solid floor then, I assume, and there is no gap, okay.
in there and then give up and then make my getaway. But while I was hiding, someone was coming from behind.
Oh, you can go. Okay, so then that makes this a very risky proposition. At least this bottom part here is like there's a flap there. So at least there's that.
The bleachers, which I didn't know you could
But still, I mean, the guy does like what's reasonable. He's just checking behind,
do.
right?
When I heard him coming, I'm like, oh shit, I gotta go now.
And this is a difficult space because immediately once you look at it, where is the guy gonna be hiding? There is like literally, there is no other place where he could be hiding here. There's just literally no place. What he could be doing is go up here and lie down and hope that he has a low profile enough that these guys just, going in, they just don't notice it. Maybe he just like squeeze down there for a bit.
And then there's someone right there.
I mean, yeah, like that may be salvageable though, because this guy is running, but this guy is also he didn't evade shit.
Got past him.
Risky. My God. Wait.
Got past him.
Damn. Damn. Okay. No, that was. This had no. So listen, I am laughing because I know for a fact that this had no tactical advantage. This was just the door opening and this guy getting scared and going like, "Whoa!" Which is cool. I mean, yeah, I might have had this reaction. Personally, I would have gone up here. And what that does for me is that if they want to engage me, they're gonna follow me in the moment. At least one of them, I'm gonna jump down, roll away, just run. One of them at least is gonna have to do the same. Maybe they can't. Maybe they don't think about it and they just fumble a little bit. And now I've split them up a little. These guys almost fucking booped into each other, but they didn't. That's cool. Oh damn! Just run like hell. Run, dude. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I can already tell you what's gonna happen. I'm already telling you. Yeah. I knew that. I saw it from the animation. He's going down. Look at this. Yeah, you can tell. This is because he didn't expect the incline to be so heavy. And, regardless of how strong your legs are, such unexpected differences can definitely fuck you up. Because, I mean, the ground is just not where he expects it. And he just, falls, which, okay, fair fall there. Yes, very fair fall, okay. No, why the second time? Bro. Why the second time? Oh. Oh, no. Okay, so let me see the fall technique here. Okay, so listen. That's not how you want to be falling, okay? You have to practice safe falling. And this is why you have to practice safe falling. Because that doesn't matter how strong you are. Practice safe falling. This is not safe. He's going head first. He's barely keeping his head away from the ground. Barely. At the cost of his arms. You're still gonna get fucked. Fucked. Okay, you're gonna get fucked. That is fact. No pun intended. But at least lessen the impact. I mean, this is like not safe, I would say. Okay. Yeah, the problem with how he fell is that like you need. Oh God, I should demonstrate that. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna make it a note to kind of show you a few things about safe falling, but it's going to be quite limited because I'm limited in space. I can't like tumble. I can't like do much, but I can try to explain next time when I'm showing stuff. Yeah. So this is a situation where he decided. I'm pretty sure this is definitely calculated here because he's getting ready to go into that whole grappling. I go on the ground thingy and we grapple like jujutsu stuff, right? He's trying to do that while moving away from people. Yeah. But he gets completely wrapped up here. Oh no, he dead. He ain't gonna do shit. He dead. He stopped. Yeah. No, for this kind of thing, if you find yourself like fucking up so bad, because that is a fuck up, my dude at that point, just jump through them and get up, for example, or roll into their legs to make them fall. Right? Or push as hard as you can to push yourself back, to land safely and get up, which you can do very fast, especially if you also tumble backwards after your safe fall. It's a higher chance. It's not guaranteed, but it's a higher chance. But like literally rolling on your side to just tumble them like a log, if that helps you understand what I'm saying. Like you roll like a log, go like poop, Maybe you take one down, maybe not, cause one to fall, because they also got momentum, right? They also got momentum. And, look at this guy. Look at how skinny this guy is. Doesn't matter. We're all human. There are thresholds. If you're above a threshold of athleticism, you are dangerous. Just keep that in mind. It's a general observation. Because he or she, I'm not sure, probably he, doesn't even care. He just wants to go there and stab you. The other guys are trying to engage, but this person doesn't care for that. He's just gonna fucking kill you. He doesn't care for your martial arts. He's just gonna stab you. Keep that in mind. So this shit where you grapple one of them like this, and you're trying to go full fucking hexagon or whatever. Yeah, nah, that's like. Nah, just keep rolling. Just fucking rolling, until you get an advantage or something. This shit, gets you
In
stopped.
hindsight, not wearing shoes was
Yes. Why are you not wearing shoes? Like, you had the option. I thought they didn't have the option to wear shoes. They had the option to wear shoes.
a big mistake.
Turns out, Jordan normally wears Crocs, and on his way to Sydney, he didn't bring any running shoes.
If my wife was here, she'd be making sure I had her. She helps me with everything, make sure I don't do stupid things like that.
He also had another takeaway from the experience.
I don't think that he could see me in hindsight because it was super dark. I should have just stayed there a little bit.
You either jump him. So at that point, if you can observe, because hiding also requires you to have at least some fucking perspective on what people are doing. You need to have like an eye on your, let's say, assailant or pursuer. But if you don't, then but if you can tell that there is only one, and you have the advantage of darkness and everything, well, fucking go. Fucking try it right there and there, you know? Just fucking try it. Better than what he did, I think, personally.
bit longer.
But the whole, like, yeah, I don't know. I think that this,
That he could
like, if he knew that there is like two people there, and he had like, you know, pinpointed that like they split and one of them is searching through here, I would probably just try to take this guy down as he's searching.
could see me in hindsight because it was super dark. I should have just stayed there a little bit longer, but I didn't want to chance it.
Like the way that you are under there, you can definitely kick someone's like ankle really, really badly, cause them to probably like not be able to pursue you. You know, because you can see their ankles, right? Because they are like, you're lying down. You can see anyway. Let's not hypothesize because I don't know what the fuck is going on under there, right? Because this apparently is not at all how I've seen these, you know, seats be. So who the fuck knows? But I think he was just lying down, right?
But while Jordan was caught and stabbed halfway to the truck, Craig was still in the game.
I just crept in there.
Oh yeah, the other guy in the scrubs.
and I
Let's
lay
see.
down, waited for the whistle, put my headgear on, and tried to sneak out.
Okay, he's in the bushes.
I
Okay.
was making my way out of the scrub,
Cool.
and I saw people moving, so I just stopped and crouched and waited for a bit.
I would not hide anywhere where there are reflections.
And then when they disappeared, I sort of gave them a minute to get away, and then sort of snuck out around and down the stairs.
Here's the thing.
I
When
sort
you're
of
doing
gave them a
this,
minute to get
right? If your sole purpose is to evade and you don't care about anything else and you don't care about like, you know, entry tactics and like all that shit, and when you don't care and all you want is to escape, then I personally don't think I would look like this, and I never have. I would be crouching and looking, because then my head at least is at a level where it's not expected. So yeah. Also, I would probably, if there is a wall, don't poke your head this way. Poke your head like a bar. Does that make sense? So you know, peek, not poke, sorry, peek with half of your face, not the upper half, just half side, like left or right. You just need one eye. So all you need to do is for that eye to barely clear the corner so you can check. You don't need to lean and just expose your head like that. And also, again, like if you have to do that, then just like, at least like lower it so that it's not exactly where most likely it will be spotted or expected. Then again, he's wearing like a yellow helmet, so he's fucked anyway, right? I mean, that's gonna pop out in this environment. But okay, yeah, but the reflections and everything, nah, I wouldn't do that.
away, and then sort of snuck
But I mean, he has to, right?
out around and down the stairs.
What is?
I'm peeking.
This
there's no
body
one
cam
there,
is annoying
you know,
me.
And then I seen the door and I seen it clear, so I just ran for it. And then as I'm coming to the door, I see there's a guy there.
Yeah, that's why you don't run to the obvious exit. You just casually sneak there. Damn, this guy spotted here. Get fucked. Yeah, good shove. But that shove wasn't that effective because he merely...
So
Let me
I'm
see that.
peeking, there's no
He
one
merely
there,
pushed.
good to go, and then
Fucking
I
shove.
seen the
Fucking,
door and I seen it clear,
fucking
so I just
rush
ran
him
for it.
until he's over the railing.
And as I'm coming to the door, I see there's a guy there.
Just rush him until he's over the railing. There's no point in just pushing and going. Yeah, no point in that. Fucking make sure that he flies over the railing. Fuck him completely. Oh no. Oh no, it's the slope of doom. Oh no, it's the slope of doom. He clears the slope of doom, okay. Oh, okay. What is going on? That camera is bad.
Put him down and then he kept running again.
Wait, oh, the referee says stop. Bye. You're already out, dummy.
Even though Craig made it all the way to
Wait. That's unfair. That's so unfair. That's so unfair. The other guy made it to here. He was out too then. So the other guy escaped. Wait a minute. So the other guy fulfilled the mission goals. The other guy escaped too. I mean, he got stabbed like here or something. Like down with these trees, you know? He just went this way.
Put him down, and then he kept.
Yeah, what do you mean stop? Why didn't you tell the other guy that he cleared? So the other guy wins as well, because like even though he got stabbed out of bounds. He won.
Running again.
Even though Craig made it all the way to the car, turns out he was already fatally stabbed
Ah!
during his
Yeah, bad camera work made me not catch that.
first
Yeah, so he's
encounter.
already
And the
stabbed. Okay,
encounter-
but I see no object though. Like this guy is not holding any objects. Look at this guy. Where is he holding an object? 1 second. Wait, he's not holding an object. Is he? Is he holding something, or is that like the gloves pattern? He could be holding something because look, it extends, right? Ah, yeah, he is. Okay, he is holding something.
Put him down, and then
Yeah, he
kept
is.
running
He
again.
definitely is, yeah. However, what kind of stab is that? That's not gonna be effective.
I had her. She helps me with everything. Make sure.
Right there.
So he's holding it with the blade reversed. It's a reverse grip of the knife. Yes, it's a reverse grip of the knife. Okay. Which then means... So he's failing to slash at the throat or slash at the arms or leg here. He's failing to do all of that. He's still not stabbing. He has his knife here ready. That is right, okay. But then he lowers the guard. So no stabbing so far. And then this guy gets punched. He gets punched, not pierced though. At worst, what's gonna happen there is you're gonna get slashed. Not like, oh my guts are hanging out, kind of slashed, but slashed. Here we can't see what's happening.
Put him down, and then
But from what we saw, that was not fatal.
he kept running again.
It will hurt. You will bleed, but it's not fatal. It will not stop you from running away, and especially if you're wearing like any kind of like heavier clothing, it might not even go through, depending. This was like a very legitimate. Like I don't think I would slash somebody like that. Holy shit. He definitely made it out, and I don't think
Even
they
though
should
Craig
count this
made it
stabbing.
all the way to the car, turns out he was already fatally stabbed
How is he fatally stabbed? His body fat stopped. His Australian beer body fat stopped the. Look at it. Just look at it. Am I fucking crazy?
Made
Look at it.
all the way to the car. Turns out he was already fatally
Where? Where was he fatally stabbed? Where was he fatally stabbed? No, for real. Where? Here? What, the beer god?
stabbed.
He didn't even drive it across. It was like, oh, here's a punch. Okay, sure. So?
During his first
Not even here.
encounter. And the encounter
I
with
don't
the
know.
second
I don't
attacker
understand.
or reaching the car did not count anymore.
I just thought, oh, maybe I'm doing okay.
And if by now you're wondering how many points Craig and Jordan received for their performances in the first challenge,
Okay.
that will become clear only after all the rest of the
Let's not even talk about the fact of like, what kind of weird fucking stabs are these? Like, you got a knife, brother. Just use it. What? Oh, did he stab him in the back here? Is that what they mean? But that's not what they showed. Which, mind you, that would have been legit, by the way. That would have been legit. I think that's maybe what they meant. They're definitely close enough, and if that blade digs into your shoulder blade at the back, oh, you're gonna hear, you're gonna yelp. Let me tell you, you're gonna yelp. It's gonna hurt like fuck, especially if you're running as well, and the guy's just driving the knife downwards after like putting it in you, dude. I can't even imagine. Like, yeah, no, like, yeah, okay. If that's what they mean, fair enough. But like anything else though, I don't think so. Let me see that part. Maybe here. Oh shit. Wait. Maybe here he's stabbing him. I just can't see though. Maybe he did. I will say not. But also, why? If you have a knife and you know to keep it close to you and to have like the edge extended, well, why are you not extending it inwards to cover more? And why are you not already like putting it in front of you so that this guy trying to grab you just has to contest with a blade being there? Because keeping it back is not gonna do anything, my dude. And if you're gonna do that, just fucking forward thrust, like from this position. Like, let's just say this happens and you're failing to put your knife where it should be. At this point, just thrust. Just here, just thrust. But don't punch. Don't punch, because you have a reverse grip, so it's kind of... How are you gonna thrust there if you have a reverse grip, huh?
Put him down, and then he kept running again.
The only way to thrust legitimately with a reverse grip would be to go on your side and extend the blade towards your opponent. I can't explain it correctly, but like you're just on your side enough that the point can't be pointed towards, you know. And even that is such an awkward... It's a bit of an awkward position to be, but you could. But like, yeah, I mean, if you end up there, you do have to have a reverse grip. But I just don't see the reason why you would need a reverse grip, because even if you're hunting somebody down to like stab them, yeah, your monkey brain is gonna say, oh yes, a downward motion, so I have to reverse grip my knife. Just thrust. You know, yeah, you know, or just cut. But this downward motion, is it worth committing to the reverse grip for it? I mean, no, I think just thrusting would be fine, just with a normal grip. And then you can do more stuff with your knife. You know? Anyway, okay, so here's that's what happened to this guy.
The car
Cool.
did not Jordan receive. Participants have taken their turns. As
All right,
unlike in
let's see.
season 1, where each participant's performance was assessed individually, this time, in all of the 7 challenges, the participants will be compared to each other. In other words, the person who will do the best compared to others will receive 6 points for the challenge, while the person who did the worst compared to the others will receive only a single point. This means that we will find out how many points Craig and Jordan received for the first challenge only after the 4 other participants will have taken their turn.
I mean,
And
fair
having
enough,
said that,
I guess.
it is time to find out how the first team did with their all-out attack plan.
Okay, let's
I'm gonna
find
draw
out.
them. I'm gonna be the bait. You go from behind and attack them with the pin. It's like, I'm right here, motherfuckers, come get it. They all like look at each other like, what's going on? He's supposed to hide. I start whacking them.
So this is our guy. These are the assailants. This is our guy, and he got a broom.
But I still understand this is a game. I'm still not gonna go super hard on your head, so I'm going kind of light. But then Anton, my bad, I didn't draw them far enough. He opens the door. And he's still right in front of him.
Come here.
I stabbed 2 people.
Then I'm like, Anton, come behind me. Just watch my back. And I'm hitting somebody. Boom. Sorry.
Nice.
Boom.
Not so
Sorry.
nice.
And then they just jumped us.
Dude, just okay. So you can see how much you can see one thing here.
And he's still right in front of him.
Come here.
First of all, that was very dangerous. What Random just did there was extremely dangerous. I don't think that somebody who wants to kill you, I mean, they'll just bum rush you and stab you.
I stabbed 2 people.
Then I'm like, Anton, come behind me. Just watch my back. I'm hitting somebody.
So here, this is absolutely just not good. Yes, they're not like a huge mob, but they're 5 people. And if they bum rush you, maybe you'll get one. Maybe you'll get one. However, if like, before they stab you, even though you're holding like what I can assume is like a stick, I guess, because it's a broom, right? So instead, just use it as a short spear and just stab, like keep them away by threat of you thrusting into their face, you know? And yes, he says, I don't want to go that hard, but that doesn't depend on you, that depends on them. If they see you using it like as a spear and just thrusting to keep them away, well then, you know, it's on them if they get hurt, right? Just like in real life, it's on them. That's what the weapon does. It's there to protect you. It's, you know, it's deterrent. But if you're just gonna hold it like that, if you're not even gonna like, this is like, at least use it like a staff, you know. At least use it like with both hands, you know. Just at least use it like that if you gotta. But my personal preference would be, I mean, there is also a door there, right? So they can leave. Like that's the exit right there, right? Isn't that the exit? I think. So just if you poke, keep them away. Don't forget that in real life, if you have like an object like this, a poke hurts. It's not like it's gonna deter. It's not like they'll tank it, right? But trying to use it as an Elden Ring greatsword, so clumsily just swinging. He does get one. He seems to be trying some sort of like traditional stance here. He gets one in the head. Okay. At this point, if I was the attackers, I would literally be jumping on him. I would literally be jumping. There's this guy, but fuck this guy. We can jump them. Like we can take them if we're the attackers. Like it is like super clear.
Sorry. Boom.
I think there is no.
And he's still right in front of him. Kind of light, but then Anton, this is a game. I'm still whacking them.
All right. If we assume this is like some kind of piece of
So,
wood,
like,
right?
Look at each other like, what's going on? He's supposed to hide. I start whacking them.
Okay, if we assume this is a piece of wood, yeah. It's if that didn't hit a head, that's not gonna be fatal.
But I still understand this is a game. I'm still not gonna go super hard on your head, so I'm going kind of light. But then
If you bonk someone with a stick, it hurts a lot. But also it can hurt not at all. It's a very practical weapon, sure, and you can just bonk people. But I'm not sure versus 5 you should be using it like in this fashion. I just don't think so. I don't think so. This guy hiding in the bathroom trying to surprise them is okay, but
Anton,
then
my
in
bad,
that
I didn't
case,
draw them far enough. He opens the door.
you go out and you have to take out somebody. He said he took out 2 people, right? He said I stabbed 2 people.
And he's
That's
still
good.
right in front of him.
So this guy should already be either moving to intercept or just just fucking bum rushing him. I know it's difficult to convince yourself to do that, right? But well, that's part of the package. Because if you're not ready to do that, and oh, but I might die doing it. Yes, well then I don't know. Maybe you should have trained. You know. But if you have trained for this, if you have worked your attacking routines, if you have worked everything, you shouldn't be hesitating to like just go and stab this guy whichever way you can, or just at least cut him off from his friend. Like this sort of like allow him to go half. No, I wouldn't. I would keep Randon pressured into the door.
And he's still right in front of him.
I would try to literally just pressure him into not coming out at all. If I was one of those attackers. If I saw that door opening, I would try to fucking keep it under control. Because the moment that Random is allowed to go out there, he's just stabbing people at this point.
I stabbed 2 people.
Then I'm like, Anton, come behind me. Just watch my back. I'm hitting somebody.
Also, he said he stabbed 2 people, right? So why do we see so many people here? Aren't there like 5 attackers? So why do we see 4 if he stabbed 2 people? Right? And we've established that a stab of any kind is considered lethal in these rules, right? Which, that's kind of dumb, but like, okay, fair enough because you can't really judge. But then why are there 4 people here instead of 3? But if there are 4 people, then all that has to happen is these 2 keep this guy, these 2 keep this guy.
Boom. Sorry.
Like, it's not that hard.
Boom.
Like, already here, your friend is sacrificing, you know, a limb here, right? Already. So why are these 2 not like moving in? I mean, this is a good move. You're sacrificing this. You're going in for that purpose. You're also dangerous because I assume this guy has a knife. And you also have like one guy to cover you. So, yeah. Sure, Anton is dangerous with a knife there and he shouldn't have been allowed to be there. But since he's, you know, what can you do, right? You have to bum rush him too.
Sorry. And then they just jumped us.
Oh, gee, it worked. Who would have thought, right?
Then they just somebody. Boom. Sorry. Boom. Sorry.
It's okay.
then
It's
they-
okay. You did that, and then you give this guy gave the opportunity for them to bum rush them.
Just jumped us.
Yeah, and why did Anton not stay there? You know, to check them, because if anything is keeping them from attacking the other guy with a stick, it's Anton. Legit.
Stabbed 2 people.
Then I'm like, Anton, come behind me. Just watch my back. I'm hitting somebody.
That is correct. Yeah, you keep the knife guy close because he's just there to defend, essentially. And you with a longer weapon, you are, you know, keeping them back even more until you can reach your goal, right? That is good. You keep the shorter range guy close to handle anyone who closes in, while you are either attacking them or you're trying to, you know, keep them even more at the distance. So the moment that Anton moves out of this formation, this guy will get jumped. He might take one guy out, which he did, but then he's gonna get jumped. And also this guy will not be continuing. Just to be fair here, this guy will not be continuing with a strike like that. That was straight on the head. That if that was like any object like that, like a pipe or anything, we can assume this is anything, right? Even if it's just like a stick from the woods, you know, just a stick that is heavy enough that you can like have it with you. A stick is extremely useful, you know, for walking, for like anything. So a stick like that, of that length, if that thing meets your head, yeah, you're not gonna be continuing unless you have a helmet. If it catches you like straight like that, you're down.
Like, Anton, come behind
You're
me.
fucking
Just
down.
watch my back. I'm hitting somebody. Boom.
This fine,
Boom.
okay.
Sorry. Boom. And is still right in front of him.
And the fact that they let Randon like kind of slip out there, oh my god.
I stabbed 2 people.
Then I'm like, Anton, come behind me. Just watch my back.
Good
I'm hitting
fucking job,
somebody.
Randon. Yeah, this guy. Okay, so yeah, no. The more I see it, the more I'm
Then I'm
convinced
like,
this is to
Anton,
the
come
head.
behind me. Just watch my back. I'm hitting somebody.
I'm so convinced it's to the
Stabbed 2
head.
people.
Then I'm like, Anton, come behind me. Just watch my back. I'm hitting somebody.
It has to be, right?
I stabbed 2 people.
Then I'm like, Anton, come behind me. Just watch my back. I'm hitting somebody.
I think it is. It's definitely from what it looks like. It went through this pincer formation of this guy's hands, like straight through, and the upper end just got him on the head. I'm pretty sure that's what happened.
I stabbed 2 people.
Then I'm like, Anton, come behind me. Just watch my back. I'm hitting somebody.
Let's where's the play speed? I'm gonna fucking maybe it's his arm, like the shoulder. I can't tell. I can't quite tell. But it feels to me
Anton, come behind
it's
me.
the
Just
head.
watch my back. I'm hitting somebody.
It's not the head. Okay, maybe it's not the head then. Maybe it's like the arm. Okay, if it's the arm, he's still in the game for sure. Because yes, it will hurt, but not enough. That's the problem with a stick, you know. So sticks are great, but they're kind of inconsistent because yeah, of course, to the head or something, yes, okay. But then again, if you just use your arms to cover, yes, it will hurt, and that's pretty much all. Like it's not gonna be like used in this fashion, like you bonk someone repeatedly on the arm.
Sorry.
Yeah, somebody would be able to tank this and this.
Sorry. And then they
If you went like 4 or 5 times, like consecutively, just fucking barraging the guy, okay, I can see it. But 1, 2, you can kind of go like, okay, yeah, it will hurt like fuck, but look what that did. Holy shit! And this guy will not be disabled for long. He will be like, okay, yeah, it hurts, but I can still stab with my other arm.
jump us.
It's not gonna put you out of commission. I mean, here he's up, right? So if his intent was to 1000% kill this guy, like beyond any doubt, like that's his purpose in fucking life, then he would be already going. It is not enough to put somebody out like that. That's why sticks are really weird for me, because they're really great and very simple and all that, but like they can also be very ineffective. And anyway, the formation breaks and they get indeed, just as I fucking predicted, that like, yeah, the only way is to bum rush, and they do get bum rushed and separated, and then that's fucking game over right there probably. So why Ranton here is not considered as a loss, I'm not sure, but okay. Maybe they forgot to stab while they were fucking him up on the stairs.
And he's still right in front of him.
Because then he
stabbed 2 people.
Then I'm like, Anton, come behind me. Just watch my back. I'm hitting somebody. Boom. Sorry. Boom. Sorry. And then they just jumped us.
Yeah, Ranton leaves. We saw that. Okay. And then they split them up. And then so is Ranton like not stabbed here? Because he should be, according to the rules. I mean, they counted the other guy as stabbed to death, so shouldn't like Ranton already be stabbed to death here? Like, what's up? This guy ignoring Ranton is beyond stupid. Like, my dude, you see these two are engaged. Fuck them. You have the opportunity to take one out. Which, to be fair, he should be out, because this guy, I mean, come on. By their own logic, this is done. So why is Ranton still allowed to continue? But yeah, it's a circus. Right now it devolved into just fuckery. This is just fuckery right now. Because nothing would have led to this situation. Like, there's so many moving parts that were kind of inconsistent in rules and like regulations as to what's actually gonna happen if somebody touches somebody with a knife. Like, how is Ranton not considered out already? Out of the game already. How is that possible? Why are there 4 guys? If the total is 5, why are there 4 if Ranton stabbed 2? If we assume that getting stabbed is just an instant out, right? I don't know. There is like too much fuckery going on to explain this. I'll try to sit in a vacuum though. So if you expect to be cornered like that and you have like a stick, then it's definitely fucking time to use it as a staff rather than a makeshift sword, I guess. Because he's already still trying to treat it as if it's going to be like something that cleaves this guy in half. It's not. It's a stick that you found. It's not a sword that you found. It's a stick that you found. Right? So here, you should already be using it as a staff or a short staff, basically. Meaning where you handle it from should be different now. And not like this. One hand should be here and the other one should be here, and you should be, fending them off with the 2 sides, like a short staff. Already, in my opinion. If you allowed yourself to get in that fucking situation. Because now this guy's dead. Like, if you tell me that he's not dead here, like, I'm gonna question your regulations, because, like, isn't he considered stabbed now? Also, them abandoning each other is pretty crazy. Like, it's pretty crazy. You see it as well here, right?
Sorry.
You see it here as well. Wait, where was it? Yeah, here, where some buffering can still be done with these two. Some buffering can still be done. But for some reason, this guy just goes like, nope, fuck you, Anton, I'm leaving. Then this guy also says, fuck you to this guy and leave. It's a shit show. Either side could have won this at several points, which is always interesting to see. But it's just based on just like weird handling of situations. Anyway, so he gets fucked up, and then Randon escapes. Being hunted by just one guy, okay. What is going on there? Oh, he stopped to confront. No. If you're gonna stop to confront in a situation like this, you better have a fucking plan that will take this guy out in like 1-2 seconds. Like, there is like 3 guys coming at you right now. Oh, yeah, okay, so now it's 2-on-1 already. Oh, it's about to be more. It's 3-on-1. You're fucked.
Too much playing by the rules, too much being nice, not on. It's like sparring a guy. You don't want to punch them too hard, or you throw a light kick to the head, you pull it, and then they grab your kick. 200% take you down, grab a rear naked choke and choke you out at 300%. Man, I pulled the kick. Seeing Jordan running to the car, falling, tearing.
And that's why, so here's the thing about sparring, like what the guy said, right? Oh, you're pulling back your kicks and all that. So, yeah, you don't have to pull your kicks. You just have to touch. That's all. But if you see your moves, so as one individual move, which is nothing else but a single united like thing, then yes, you can do that because you're lacking control of the finer mechanisms, right? If you break everything down, though, then you can retain certain characteristics of each part of the mechanism, and then that results in like a better control of your move. So if you know exactly your range, and if you know exactly your speed and all that, you can definitely minimize your impact, but retaining your speed, because all you want to do is like touch, right? Consider it the opposite of, remember like this trope where, you don't want to have your punch. Let's say you want to strike with your hand, right? You don't want it to be clenched and tight, and you go like, you clench fist and everything. No, you relax it, and just before the time of impact, that's when you give it your all, right? Because that keeps you safe as well. There's so many reasons why you should be doing that. There are so many reasons why you should be doing that, down to if you're very tense when you're striking. Well, first of all, you're going to be limiting your own speed, the extension of your muscles and tendons, right? If you're tense in your strike. Also, for example, by tensing your muscles and tendons, you pronounce them, right? So I'm not going to say DMAC, okay, pressure point martial arts, 5 points of death or whatever. But there is some reality to it, because yes, there is ways and spots on your body that if you strike them, and it doesn't take a fucking rocket scientist to do so, just accuracy, which you can practice, and I can tell you how to practice accuracy with your body. You can punch those things, You don't even have to do like the weird shit with the fingers. You can just punch it or like push your knuckle into it, a strike. And that will work because those points do exist. And so by tensing up, you're making those more vulnerable, right? So it's better to be relaxed. And a lot of that is basically your resistance to being stricken. Because if my arm is like loose, let's say, until the moment of impact that I'm planning, if you strike it, it's more likely to flail a little bit as opposed to like be rigid and maybe something happens, maybe it gets bruised or uh, in general, just more damage than it should receive. So anyway, the point was, and by the way, to train your accuracy is very simple. Put a piece of paper on your wall or on your punching bag, and on that piece of paper, draw with a marker a black spot, like just a black spot, uh, and start with a black spot being large, and then slowly you make it smaller, smaller, and then you focus on striking that. Your strength doesn't matter, your speed doesn't matter, you will build it up. You start by just trying to strike that and make sure that the surface you're striking with connects precisely to that black point, right? And that training will also help you a little bit because if it's a hard surface, let's say maybe it's your wall, let's say, right, and it's hard. Well, then that helps you control your speed as well and the impact, the strength of impact and everything, because of course you don't want to be hurting yourself. So inadvertently, you're gonna learn to be fast, but also to not like put all your strength into it. And so then when you want to spar with your friend, you already know, instinctively how to still be fast, so that what the guy described doesn't happen. But you're also still not hurting your friend because it's basically more like a severe touch than a strike. And besides, you should cause some reaction to your sparring partner. If you don't cause any reaction to them, you will have an unrealistic training because now their body is not reacting and their reactions are not the same as if, they received a minor strike, just a minor one, just really just not harmful, but just enough for them to know that they were hit and just enough for you to see a reaction, not a compliance reaction, but rather, a proper reaction. And this is also going to help you to understand the limits of your sparring partner. Because, yeah, if you ever do it accidentally, which they will understand because it's sparring, they're going to have a visible reaction, right? They're going to say something, they're going to do something, their body's going to react in a way, they're going to flinch, and then not to cause that, right? Not too much. And they know, they can tell you, okay, that was a little bit too much, it made me kind of like double down or something, don't do that. And obviously, you don't start with maximum strength. You start from the opposite side. Okay, don't be fucking stupid. And you can also avoid, critical points. You can tell your partner, okay, you know what? Yes, it will be a proper sparring because I want to try something, and I want to see if you can catch my leg. In which case, I'm doing something wrong. But like I'm not gonna be striking like at your at the temple of your head, for example. I'm not gonna be striking there because if I overdo it accidentally there, it's gonna hurt you a lot, for example, or at the ear or anything. I'm just gonna be striking with my leg at your ribs, let's say, or I'm gonna aim at your thigh where it doesn't hurt. So I mean, your thigh can hurt, but like at the area where it can't really cause any damage, but you can still feel it. And so I'll be doing that, for example. You can prepare them a little bit, for example, for that. And the more advanced you both of you are, the less you have to tell each other, right? The more you progress and the more you train, the less you have to warn each other about. And you also get to know each other's limits. Like, so listen, this creates camaraderie and it creates cohesion as a team, right? Because with your fellow students, let's say you're a team. You're not just like fucked up nobodies. You're a team, right? So you need to have this. You need to build like some connections, some this and that. Unless of course you don't care about that shit, but I personally do, and I always encouraged it. And so and I always wanted it as well. I always wanted that. I always wanted to feel close to my teammates. We're a team, okay? But maybe that's just me. I don't fucking know. But even if you don't want to go that far and be like welcoming or whatever, you can definitely use your group members, not in a bad way, not use them as in take advantage of them, but you can use them to train with, and so that's nice. Even if you're not aiming as far as I'm aiming, which is to create like a connection, to create a bond through practicing all that. Maybe you don't want to. It's not necessary. But definitely, sparring like that lifts the spirit. You know, helps with morale, and also is fun for two people. So yeah, it's a good thing to do, I think. Um, but yeah, so that way. Anyway, let's go back to the topic. That way, you can just like you don't have to pull all of the move, quote unquote. You can pull its damage, but retain the speed. So at that point, you're not pulling the move. So if your leg gets caught, despite of that, you're doing something wrong, right? And if you're holding back to the point where you're telegraphing it too much, or it just has no impact, well, yes, of course, the other guy is gonna try to catch your leg, right? So, yeah, I don't know. Don't pull your punches. You don't have to. Just don't hurt people with that. But as I was saying, you just it's the opposite of what I said. You don't tense at the last moment. You just don't tense. And there is your whole speed, your real speed, right? Your real technique, but not damage. Because you minimize that, because you're not gonna impact the other guy or girl, at the last moment. You're just gonna leave it there. But don't leave it too limp. You don't want to get used to throwing limp punches or limp strikes or whatever. It's just for this instance of training. Because if you make it a habit, then it might come out when it shouldn't, and you don't want that. And also during training, if you strike something, like you can even see it yourself. Let's say that you have like your desk, right? Okay, or some surface, the wall. Let's say the wall. If you do a limp strike, just limply, I find personally that it hurts me more than if I have, the correct form in my strike. It just hurts me less, and more of the energy is transferred into the target, right? I think at least. And if your physics are amazing, you can correct me. But to me, it seems like it just transfers energy in such a way, and when I say energy, I don't mean your ki or anything, I mean just literally energy, in such a way that it doesn't impact you back that much. Or maybe your form is such, if you intend a strike, that it kind of like cushions that. Whereas if it's a limp strike, for me a limp strike hurts more. If I just do a limp strike at full speed on a wall, it will hurt me more than if I do a proper strike. So that's what I'm saying. So don't get used to doing that without realizing. But for the purpose of checking your strength, as in you want to control it and do zero damage but retain speed and all that, all you have to do is like practice your form and practice like your strikes and practice accuracy, and learn to just when to tense up, when not to tense up, and all that shit. And then you can more finely control aspects of your strikes, rather than say I pulled my strike, which means I telegraphed, which means also 1,000 other things. Why telegraph it? You don't have to. Why make it slower? You don't have to. Just don't hit the guy too severely. It's simple. Anyway, that's as far as like the whole issue of pulling your moves in the way that this guy describes goes.
His hands up, tearing his toes out. The dude is running for his life.
I mean, either that or I've been taught wrong, but I don't know because it works. So why would it be wrong? I don't fucking know. It works for me. Maybe not for you. I don't fucking know. But yeah, for me it works, and I got the results I wanted.
Fighting. Me, I was being nice, hitting them nicely with the stick on the head. The moment they
You don't hit nicely somebody with a stick on the head, they're fucking dead. You just gave them a concussion. There's nothing nice about it. You might as well do it the right way.
started stabbing me, I was like, this guy didn't care if he got stabbed for real. He kept running and fighting, so I knew I had to step up my game. If I'm not cautious,
What do you mean he kept running and fighting? He was tumbling like a moron and then he got stabbed.
I might not win this thing, and no more Mr. Nice Guy.
And now,
Of course, there should be no more Mr. Nice Guy because you're basing all this on some weird concept of chivalry or something. There is no such thing. Just go in there, fuck them up. Well, what are you hesitating for? You already caused somebody a concussion. What are you gonna do? That's where you pull that's where you draw the fucking line. Oh, I'm Mr. Nice Guy, therefore I'm gonna concuss somebody with a stick on the head, without caring if they have a family or friends or loved ones who care about them. Just give them a concussion. Fuck it. But that's where I draw the line, buddy. That's where no, fuck the line, fuck him and his whole family. No, but for real, if it's like you or them, right? This probably a situation which could have been avoided, perhaps. But let's say it wasn't avoided, and now it's you or them, and it's life or death. Well, fuck all of that. Fuck chivalry. Fuck everything. Just poke them in the eye and let's fucking slaughter them if you can, because they will definitely slaughter you if they can. As demonstrated by like hunting somebody down on a field of grass and like stabbing him multiple fucking times.
It was finally time to meet the last two participants.
Hello, Jesse. Just as I imagined you would be.
Nah, it's Jesse. I forgot that Jesse. Yeah, because they're introducing them in such a way that I forget. Fucking Jesse, dude. Let's go. Yes, this is the perfect Shadow clone. He perfected it. Like he's. Yeah. Okay. I mean, he's gonna do the best. I'm pretty sure. Damn. And Ninja delivered the scroll to... Okay, I mean, count me in. Count me in. An overweight ninja, dude. Let me see something. I see the reflection there. I want to see how he lives. Damn, look at him just escaping. Just escaping. He doesn't even walk properly. He just... It's not even a sneak. It's a goal ninja. It's like a Walking Dead ninja. Even better. Damn. Why do you have to sign it? They already know who you are. They already want you there. You don't have
I'm
to
Jesse
sign shit.
from KarateByJesse.com, also known as the Karate Nerd. Every day from the
Oh my
moment
god. Why are they bullying you?
I wake up to the moment I go to bed, all I do is karate.
Oh, damn, okay.
Karate Nerd. Every day from the moment I wake up to the moment I go
You backfist the
from
fucking alarm clock?
KarateByJesse.com, also known as the Karate Nerd. Every day from the moment
You're gonna backfist your mobile phone?
when I wake up to the moment I go to bed, all
Dude, I do that. Dude, I fucking do that. I love it because this is something that you do when you're feeling goofy. So look, sometimes when I go into bed or I get out of bed, I get out and going like this. I swear to God, I love it. I fucking love this. Like for real, it is so fun. You're just whirling around and trying to swaggily, like, you know, go into your bed. I haven't told anyone and no one has ever seen it, but yes, I do it. Yes, I fucking do it sometimes.
go to bed, all I do is karate.
I don't do that though.
I practice, I teach, I learn, I travel around the world, write books and articles, do videos, and teach seminars. And
Damn.
then I share my experiences with like-minded karate nerds who are interested in elevating the collective consciousness of karate worldwide.
How are you?
Damn.
Nice to meet you. Like a real athlete. I like it. So this is mine. And what are you guys gonna have?
And then it was time to meet the final participant, who was arriving the following day, just before the first.
So you know this whole thing of like what Jesse did. I respect Jesse's choices, by the way. I don't trash talk him, but what he did with, like, okay, he was offered a drink, and he didn't even like. Bro, look, you. This is more philosophical though. Like, you shouldn't like. I have issues with that. A lot of issues. Like, first of all, just do it for the company. It's a little alcohol is not gonna harm you. Second of all, just relax. Yeah, you're an athlete, so what? You can't have like a bit of beer. You can't have like a gulp of beer just to have fun with your friends. Like that sounds to me like extremely like dogmatic. I don't fucking know. Like maybe he doesn't like beer. Maybe there is that, but like yeah, you know, you get what I'm saying though. It's not about Jesse. It's about, you know, in general. Maybe Jesse just doesn't like beer. But like yeah, it's, you know, just it also makes you stand out a little bit more in certain situations, which maybe standing out isn't exactly to your benefit. And I'm not talking your local bullies who are like, oh, you're not gonna drink beer with us, you're lame. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about other situations that are far more serious, and you do want to appear like, you know, you mix, like you're there, you know. But that is like such a huge conversation. But like this principle of, oh, I'm an athlete, therefore no beer. To me, it's as nonsensical as oh, I'm this kind of religion, I'm not gonna have bacon ever. Fuck that. Just taste everything in life, experience everything, know how everything feels and tastes, and then get your, you know, increase your experience. You know, I'm not saying go do drugs. I'm saying it's a beer. You can definitely just go like, oh, cheers. You know, just have a fucking gulp. That's it. What happens? Because you know what? Consider the practical application of that. For example, what happens if you do drink a beer one day, you know, you do decide to try it, and it's Murphy's laws, and that's law, sorry, and that's when exactly you're gonna get attacked, for example. And now you are like intoxicated by never having ever experienced how being intoxicated is, and fuck fighting like that, right? Because you will not be able to, because you are not used to it. And I'm not saying get drunk to get used to fighting in case you're drunk. Like that is crazy, right? And also expecting to be attacked is crazy. But if we're talking about like, well, in general, just you know, just in the off chance, you know, just in the case, just you know, why not? Like why dogmatically, you know, experience like miss out on the experience, you know, out of like just dogma. That's I think that is wrong. You know, I think that is wrong. Imagine, like, imagine you belong to a religion that doesn't allow you, for example, to eat vegetables. All right, and you've never touched a vegetable. You just don't know how that shit fucking tastes. For example, you've forgotten, and it disgusts you. Like you, it doesn't disgust you, but you find it unsettling. The thought of you being forced to eat it. Right now, if I'm fucking interrogating you, I can force you to eat that, and that will help me break you even more. Like just an extreme example. I don't torture people, but just an unless they want to. But just an extreme example. Okay, this whole dogmaticism that leads to you not being aware of certain things can potentially limit your range of options. Let's say. Did I put it like casually enough for you so that you don't think that I'm like prepping for a fight every day of my life? Or like, you know, that I'm not suggesting something as absurd as get drunk just to be used to fighting while drunk. Like, yeah, you don't have to do that. But at the same time, like going to the other extreme of like, oh, I'm never touching that. I'm never. What if you know? What if it's a very sound tactical choice in the moment? What if what if you wish to show someone that you're having such a good time that yes, you will taste a bit of alcohol with them, you know? So it's a nice gesture, for example, or yes, you will eat vegetables with them, you know? You're not fucking close-minded as fuck, you know? Because let me tell you, nothing, assuming that there is a God, right? Any God, assuming there's all the gods, right? Assuming there is all the gods. Dude, I don't think that your fucking salvation hinges on whether or not you put a vegetable in your mouth or a strip of bacon in your mouth. I don't like. Just think about it. Just think how fucking stupid that sounds. Like, just really just fucking think about it, dude. It's. But I don't know. Maybe it's the gesture. I guess. Maybe it's the gesture, like as in your mind, you're showing your God that you believe in them by not eating bacon. You know what? It doesn't matter. You know what? It doesn't fucking matter. To me, that stuff is as stupid as implying that you need the church to have religion. And I'm not religious, but I don't think you need a governing body made by humans to experience like faith or to have faith. Like, what? Who the fuck cares? You can have faith. I mean, let's take it. Let's take the logic of itself, right? Like Orthodox Christianity, they tell you, for example, your church is yourself, essentially. I think Christ said something like that, paraphrase. You know, like the real church is like in your heart or whatever. Yes, it's something internal. It's something spiritual. You know, it's not like go to the church and pay money to the church. There shouldn't be a church. Like, you are the church of yourself. That's where you worship your God. You know, that's where the shit goes down, the deal goes down, right? Inside you. You believe, right? Supposedly. So why would you need the church? Why do you need like a guy to ring a bell or sing to you every morning so that you can actually remember that you have to pray? If you are religious, just pray, dude. You can be praying every single day. Every single moment of your life you may be meditating internally, you know, which good skill, by the way. But you know, I don't know. You do you. If you need somebody to govern you, then okay, suit yourself. But me, if I was religious, I would do what I do with martial arts. I would cut down the stupid shit, the nonsense. You know, no bacon, no this, no that. Fuck you. No, I'll do what I want. No fucking god hinges. No god's fucking power hinges on me eating bacon or vegetables or having sex or whatever. No god would do that, in my opinion. You know, and if they would, that's a god I'm not interested in. I'm sorry. You know. So yeah, it's not a matter of whether or not you're religious or it's just, I guess, I don't know, dude. It's weird. But to rein it in a little bit, because I just ranted about a billion shit in one sentence and I don't want to go into it. But to rein it in, like, yeah, I mean, I get it. You're the karate nerd. Okay, well, what is your body gonna fail if you just drink beer? Is that like? And again, I'm not talking about Jesse. I'm talking about anyone with this philosophy, right? What do you think is gonna happen if you just taste beer? Like, is it gonna like add 0.2 seconds to your reaction time for like a moment of your life? Really? Because that's not how this works, you know? That's not how. So you're telling me that your art, your skill, your ability to fight hinges on your body being 100% pure and 100% ready and 100% warmed up and 100%. That's not gonna be realistic. Maybe if you're marching to war, right, and you're expecting war every fucking day, long skirmishes, you're battling for hours, you know, maybe then, yeah, you will think a little bit about not getting shit faced the night before. Yes, but like in your daily life, right? And in martial arts, like in one-on-one combat, let's say, not necessarily even more, but let's say the most tame scenario, like one-on-one, you're sparring. You're telling me that your skill, your art, to put it that way, only works if you are absolutely pure, no alcohol, you're a virgin, you like, bro, fuck that art. As good as it may be, fuck that art and fuck its philosophy. You know, I'll take, and I've told you before, I'll take what works for the highest number of people in the highest number of circumstances on average. That's what I'll take. I'm not gonna, and I'll build from there. If I want to do something specific, I'll build for there. If I want to have more acrobatic repertoire of moves, sometimes I will build my flexibility from there. But knowing full well that I will have to commit to such a point where even if I reach like my 40s, which hey, here I am, I will still be able to perform those techniques that I have decided to base my whole strategy on. You know, those principles, not even techniques, like just principles. Like I strike this way with that at that point, blah blah blah. You know, my whole strategy, right? Well, I prefer to keep most of my strategy grounded, as in I want stuff that works even if you reach 50, 60 years old. I want stuff that works regardless of whether you have to do them super fast or super slow. I want them to work at all speeds, at most scenarios. That's the kind of stuff I want. So if your whole fucking premise is if maybe I grow a bit fatter, or if I grow a bit thinner, or if I drink a little bit, That's gonna ruin my fucking equilibrium. Buddy, you're fucked. Right? You're fucked. Because if I want to kill you, I will just get you drunk one day and then you'll be useless. And that increases my chances of you not fighting back. So you see? I mean, it's kind of silly, right? Without even going like, I mean, of course, the example is like super exaggerated, but like, you get what I'm saying. Maybe you had a drink and now you're in the street and you don't know, you're not even used to it and you can't use your stuff. And here is a fucking guy and he says, your wallet or your life, bitch. And you go like, oh, damn, wait for me to sober up a little bit, you know? What the fuck? I don't fucking know. Anyway, let's go on. It's just an observation. And in general, denying yourself some basics. And again, I'm not saying, oh, just do drugs. I'm saying, sure, alcohol has been there forever, you know. Even some forms of drugs have been with us forever as human species. Like, we, you know, there were various times where people got high, right, throughout history. It's not something new. But I'm not saying go and do hallucinatory mushrooms. I'm saying you can take a sip of beer in the name of companionship. Jesus Christ.
First challenge. It was Jeff Chan, the champion of the first season.
Yeah, no, his shadow clone technique was lame. Sorry. Jesse had the best shadow clone technique.
If you are ready to compete against the best for the title of the Ultimate Self-Defense Champion, I mean, I already had the belt, but I guess I'm returning to defend. Oh, that was like
Wait, you have a self-defense world's first what? Wait, self-defense is like a separate martial art now?
Hey guys, I'm Jeff Chan. I was the winner of Ultimate Self-Defense Championship Season 1. I've been
the winner of this competition. Okay.
For 16 years, primarily Muay Thai, BJJ, wrestling. I'm a former pro MMA fighter. I fought for one championship. Now I'm a full-time YouTuber.
Glad to be here for Season 2. Everyone's going to be a lot tougher this time.
Yeah, let's go.
When's the first challenge?
Right now. Jokes aside, the third and final team was going to experience their share of adrenaline in less than 2 hours.
Okay.
Here's the plan. Jeff has done this before, and luckily, we're in a team.
From my experience in Season 1, you can't hide, especially for 5 minutes. They will find you. This season, I decided, go big or go home.
So he has a strategy. He's gonna be the bait. He's gonna use his self-defense pen.
I'm gonna slow him down because I'm gonna have a pen in front of me, and while I'm distracting him,
I'm gonna sneak up from the back and attack them while they're attacking him.
Damn, okay, let's
enter
see
the
how that
facility.
goes and in what scenario they're gonna apply it. Because yes, that is
We
good.
stand by the doors. Jeff is ready with his self-defense pen. I'm hiding on the other side of the door, and we hear them.
Alright.
with that said, instead of one person coming in, I think 4 of them came in at once.
4 of them?
He steps in front of them, so they're like,
Okay, let's
oh,
see.
this is gonna be easy. So as they enter, I sneak up behind them, and when I get close to
Okay.
this first dude, I just jump up on his back.
Why would you jump on his back? Fucking stab him, he's out of the game, and then just go for the second guy. Dude, don't jump on him. Don't jump on him! Bro, no! Stop him!
And I start choking him.
The atomic pen actually slowed
God.
down the pace for me. I slowed him down and I threw a rear high kick.
Here's Jesse.
The atomic pen actually slowed down the pace for me. I slowed him down and I threw a rear high kick.
That's a risky opening. Your range is not correct for this. And that's why that happened. Like, that is the incorrect range. If you want to fend them off, you need like a linear strike, not a circular one. If you want to fend something, you know, to use your leg as a spear, essentially, to just fend them off, right? And yeah, I don't think it needs to be a high kick. All you need is like catch the body mass, just push them back.
Front of them. So they're like, oh, this is gonna be easy. So as the
Like, all I'm
I
saying
sneak
is
up
this is a
behind them.
weird
When I
choice
get
here.
close to
Wait.
this first dude, I just jump up on his back.
First of all, why would you just stab him? He's out. And you know what the best thing would have been? The best thing would be that he can quickly stab 1 or 2 people and literally just withdraw. And now you're separating the other guys. And if they're not following, then you can go back in and keep harassing, right? But why would you commit to jumping on one guy and just committing there and you're just latching on like some kind of like oversized leech? And yeah. Just stab him. Just stab him, then stab this guy. But this is a weird opening for being rushed down. This is a very bad choice of a move. This is a very bad choice. Honestly, this I can't put it anywhere. Like literally, it's a very bad choice. And it's not even a linear strike. It's a circular strike. It's a very bad choice. And then you have your arm just flailing there. Who even knows what can happen to that arm or where it can get caught, depending. And then this is open. And this is open. And I don't know, dude. This is a bad choice. And this guy managed to fall as well. Maybe he got caught by the kick. Let me see.
I just jump up on his back.
But that's him being stupid. Yeah, he got caught by the kick. Yeah, no. That kick would not have even connected if that guy bum rushed him. A lot of things, you know, I keep saying that term, to bum rush somebody. Listen, by nature, it's a very easy way to cancel out somebody who is trying to do something as a high kick, as a circular high kick. You know? It's the same principle as, I'm gonna move in and stab you. I don't care what you're doing. Because if I move in and stab you, whatever you're doing is gonna stop before it hurts me. I'll probably be faster, depending on the distance. It's the same with bum rushing. If you've already closed the distance legitimately, like a little bit, so for example...
This first dude, I just jump up on his back.
You're already here. Bro, this is your cue to fucking jump this guy. This is not your cue to go into your fighting stance. This is your cue to fucking disable him completely. Especially if you decide, if you determine, maybe by his stance, maybe by another thing, that he's going to perform like this kind of thing. I mean, he kind of like, you see what's going on. You should already be in here. You should already be pushing this guy with your body weight into the chairs here. It's game over. If he doesn't fall safely, it's game over for him. You definitely bought your guys a lot of time to fuck him up. That's what's important as well. But what Jesse's doing here, bro, what are you doing, you fucking goblin? Why would you do that, you goblin? What is he hoping to do? Like control him like fucking Kratos controls like those giant creatures with chains on their backs? Is he Kratos here? What is going on?
Jump up on his back.
Just stab him. Just stab him at the base of the neck, of the skull there. Just fucking, this is done. Like, I don't know, like, just stab him in the spine, like whatever, you know. Just stab him in the asshole for all I care.
And I start choking.
Why are you choking him? Kill him. You have a knife. Just fucking stab the face. Stab here. Stabby. Why don't you stab? Anyway, so these guys are then spinning around like a record baby. He blocked it already. Just fucking jump in there. Just go like, just go in there. Like, why are you fucking taking your weird like fighting stance? Like, fuck that. You already know this guy is gonna be fancy. Fuck him up. Cancel him. Carry him to the chairs and fucking happy birthday to the ground, motherfucker. All right. So now he's so now what's happening is even weirder because. All right. So these two are now grappling. But this guy is not even like going in. I assume he has a knife. I assume these guys are meant to be stabbing people, right? I will assume. Anyway.
I don't know what Jeff is doing. I think he's fighting somebody else.
Yeah, that's a problem. Jesse, that's a problem. You need to have awareness of what your friend is doing. Otherwise, you end up like the previous two clowns, which were shitting on each other. Just betraying each other per second. Anyways, they just for some reason like allow him to get up and they're not just dogpiling him, but okay. And now these two are grappling. Okay, okay, he's going in. Okay. Keep the pressure. Nice. Just keep him there. Just keep him there. You don't even need to fight him. Let the other guys finish off the other guy. Then they'll join you. Then you fuck this guy. You don't need to go this way. Just be between him and his buddy and just keep them there. Fuck them. And that's why this is useless. Like, just already you can just listen. You have, if I don't see this guy putting that leg here or kicking here, I'm gonna throw up. Bleh! 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 And this is what I told you about feint as well. Look, look, look. Look closely. He's gonna feint. Look at this. He's gonna do a feint. Oh, no kick. But this guy is already defending. Fine. Kick his fucking leg. He didn't move it. It was fake. Why are you giving him the frames to react? You already raised your head. You already have a defense. It doesn't matter if he's doing anything. Just kick the fucking leg and kick him in the fucking belly. Just do anything. Look at the time this guy is taking for free. For free. It's free for him. It's free. That's why feints suck, dude. What's the point? Look, you already moved when he moved. It's exactly what I told you. Look. They rolled initiative. They both move. They both move. Look. Where's the continuation? He is at a loss because he did a feint. He's gonna lose this frame advantage. You have the frame advantage. You can kick the groin, kick here, even kick here. Maybe, because he's got like an arm here. Feints suck. Did you know that? I've told you before, feints suck. In either way. And then, even worse offender. Like, why? Why? You're letting him fuck you up.
Now I see another guy coming up with a knife.
And this shit right here. Dude, what are you even striking at? What is that gonna achieve? Just push him, first of all. Just push it. Just fuck him up. First of all. Second of all. Right? Second of all. What is that gonna achieve? What are you gonna hit his guard? You're not going for the ribs. It's not gonna go here, like this. It's never gonna reach the head. You're too close for that shit.
Now I see another guy coming up with a knife.
But it worked because he was delayed enough that now this guy has to deal with this guy.
Attack him with both hands on
Nice
his
kick. Nice kick to fucking put him in his place if he's coming in there. Just fuck him up like that. Which is a kick that isn't as committed as the other guys, you know. It's like it's like, get away from me.
Now I see another
Would have been better if it was like a linear strike.
guy coming up with a knife.
Because again, it's not a linear strike. You see what I mean? Like if you, but this is a little bit better. But like again, why would you risk this? Just linear strike. Just fucking push him back. Just what you call a front kick. Just do a front kick. Just push him out of there. Just a bit without extending. Just make sure that he gets the message that like, nope, this is contested territory, buddy.
I attack.
And then what does he do? He tries to defuse.
Now I
Did
see
he try to
another guy
defuse
coming up with
afterward?
a knife.
Because look, he goes like, oh, you know, just goes back, goes like, no, you know, raises his hands. Nah, shit, you're already, you're outnumbered, and they clearly want to like kill you, and you have like the advantage of surprise,
Now I see another guy
because this guy definitely isn't like expecting this, right? Because he doesn't know what to do next, so he was like, oh, okay. So at this point, just fucking go for it.
attack him with both hands on his knife hand to control it. And I can sense
Oh,
that
okay,
I'm
okay,
stronger
let's see.
So I know it's safe
All right, okay.
to let go of one hand, go under.
So he wasn't trying to defuse, he was trying to bait the other guy into stabbing so he can take control of the weapon. Okay.
To his elbow and apply this arm lock. Steven Seagal taught me.
I can also walk him around like this.
Just kidding. I knew it from before.
I mean, yeah, it's not a Steven Seagal technique. Like, please, just don't, Jesse. I hate you for mentioning Steven Seagal.
Drops the knife. I grab the knife, and now
Good one.
there's a third attack. Both of us have knives.
What
We
is
get into
going
a
on?
Knife fight.
No. You don't. Are you gonna offer your leg like that? Are you fucking serious? You're gonna offer your leg? Oh my god. Oh no, Jesse. Oh no. Oh. And even this is so weird. Like as I told you, I mean, I get the creating distance and that. Okay, I understand. At first, I thought he was trying to diffuse. You can't fault me because we've seen Jesse doing some very weird things sometimes in this.
I can also.
But fortunately, he was just trying to bait the guy into extending his arm so he can actually just try and manipulate it. Which, okay.
Just kidding. I knew it from before.
Okay.
Drops the knife.
Also, they're both so focused on the knife. So here's the thing: whenever you are grappling with someone, don't focus on the grappling itself. And what I mean by that is like, if you want to grapple, like you grab somebody, right? You grab part of their body with a part of your body. That links both of you, so it's dangerous for both, right? It's not the end of the world for either of you. But the thing is, you have to consider it as a separate thing from trying to do something else. I can't explain it very well, but like, if somebody grabs your arm, until they react, for example, you can forget it. Continue doing what you were doing. If they grab you, continue doing what you were doing. Same as when you grab somebody, okay? Don't immediately go. It's the same principle as I've told you before. There aren't any moves. It goes with grappling as well. The fact you're grabbing somebody from something, their forearm, their bicep, their shoulder, neck, doesn't mean that you are now committed to finishing that move, quote unquote. Just leave your arm there if you can. Strike at them, then continue doing what you're doing at the same time. It's not like you're committing to that move. So, for example...
Just kidding. I knew it from before.
You see what the problem here is? They're both fighting for that thing, and they're both focused on that thing. They're not using anything else at all. They're not using anything else at all. Right? You can step on them. You can push them. You can step on their toe and then push them, which will break their ankle as they're falling, right? You can headbutt them. You can use your other arm or your legs to with your knees, to strike at their thighs, for example.
You can also walk him around like this.
You can do lots of things. You don't have to commit to this one act. Like, you have your rest of the body is working there, right? But where is it? Where is it? Yes, Jesse is controlling his arm. Don't you have another arm?
Drops the knife.
Don't you have, like, legs?
I grab.
Are you not a leg user?
Now there's a third attack.
And again with the high kicks.
I grab the knife, and now there's a third attack.
Why? Why? What did that even achieve? This guy can just like step back and this move is gone. He has nothing planned. This guy has nothing planned, I feel. This guy has something planned. Why are you letting him do that? Oh, because he kicked his leg. foot. You could see it there, like his foot is popping. See, and that's why it's crucial to be able to shift your weight and your balance, because if your leg gets swept, if your foot gets swept, right? Same principle as before. If you're tense and if you're basing too much on that, then if it gets, you know, injured or anything, if it gets targeted in any way, your balance is compromised. But if you can like just, if you're comfortable with shifting your weight around and you're not like stepping like a giant, so to speak, this wouldn't have been a problem. Because this guy was so tense, right? He had a good idea there to just not let this guy throw his kicks and just go in and grapple, you know, which you can tell by this weird crab stance, which results in them actually grappling, you know, which is it's a weird grappling situation, because why would you want to, without a plan, go for each other's arm? Like, this is like a schoolyard fight. Anyway, yeah, this seems to have no purpose other than preventing him from kicking. I would assume that this is what this guy is thinking. That like, if I kind of like grab his arms and stop him from like spinning, he might not throw kicks, which not quite, but I get the idea here. And then he's trying to kind of like do what my friends used to do in school, like in fucking kindergarten, where they're trying to pull you to the ground. That's what I'm interpreting this as. Just grab the hands and try to like throw them down, but that's not gonna happen. That's never gonna happen. If that happens, then somebody needs training. But no, this guy kicks the thing, and he is so fucking. This guy is so fucking basing on his stance that the moment that his stance is compromised, everything collapses. He goes down. Ridiculous. And of course, I don't expect him to have the expertise to turn it into a roll and then stand up again. I'm not expecting that, or him to just do the same, but like towards him so that he kind of like throws him on the ground. And so he just takes it. Yeah,
Both
he
of us
did.
have knives, so we get into a knife fight.
Yeah. These stabs were good. But why did you extend your leg earlier? I mean, these were just functional good stabs, you know? Like here, look at that. This, and this and that, and this and that. These are functional stabs. Yeah. See? That's just how easy it is. That's what you do if you want to kill the other guy. You know? It's you or them. A disclaimer, I'm not saying you should go around killing other guys. But like, yeah, that's how easy it is. And you don't really need any training to do it. You just need the balls to do it. But you need a lot of training to prevent it from happening. Or to not be in that situation, which for that you need a lot of common sense. And so they succeed.
We got 4 guys drop.
And they succeed because the other guys had like zero fucking strategy. They did not mind to separate them, even if they had the chance. They weren't that combative. They weren't that aggressive. It gave them the chance to basically have the opposite effect, where splitting worked against them because of their skill gaps.
But at this point, unfortunately,
I think Jeff might slowly be bleeding out and dying.
Jeff didn't make it.
Yeah. Rip Jeff. But Jesse's going for the slope of death. He makes it easy for Jesse. Sorry, Jesse. Oh, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What is that? That's illegal. That's illegal because we have defined the rules as being that if you make it here, you're done. You won. But these guys are ambushing Jesse like ninjas. Out of bounds completely. Like hackers in PlanetSide. Doesn't count. Fuck off. I'm not gonna even comment on that. It just doesn't count. Jesse won.
I received a lot of damage, but at least I got the closest to the getaway car.
Speaking of which, it is finally time to reveal the scores based on everyone's performance in comparison to each other, starting with Nathan Levy, who incapacitated a single attacker using a broom, yet unfortunately died the earliest and made it the least furthest to the car, leaving him with only a single point. Next is Ranton, who made significant damage using the Atomic Bear self-defense pen and had an epic last stand, yet survived only slightly longer than Nathan, leaving him with 2 points. Jeff Chan displayed impressive fighting skills by tactically using the
No, what he displayed was explosiveness, I would say, and just athleticism, I would say. He demonstrated that he's excited and I would say rather explosive in his approach. But martial expertise, it's not just about being able to pull off a move or two and then just like take a breather. It's the whole thing. It's like the approach, the thought process, and in this case, covering for your friend as well.
self-defense pen to keep an
No,
attacker
I
at bay
disagree.
and using the opportunity to knock him out with a high kick.
And Jesse just climbing on the guy, just stab him. It would have been a double kill there. Very easily a double kill through surprise ambush.
Continuing to fight off.
And this guy, yeah, I see where it happened.
Using the opportunity to knock him out with a
Now
high
with
kick.
slow motion, I
Continuing to
can
fight-
right there is your problem. Because I assume that's a stab. It's not a reverse grip. That's a stab. So that will slow you down, and it could have been also the ribs, like here. It's bad. In general, this guy was really fucked. This guy was really fucking compromised all the time. The only thing that saved him was that his aggressors were just not committing to the act,
fight off
basically.
multiple attackers, yet eventually bleeding out from the knife wounds, leaving him with 3 points for surviving longer and causing more damage than the previous 2 participants.
I'm not sure he caused any damage because apart from one of his rather high kicks, the rest were blocked or avoided, I'm pretty sure. And I'm too bored to go back and see it again, but I'm pretty
Greg
sure.
made it halfway to the truck, yet
Craig survived.
even though he ran all the way to it, he suffered deadly wounds before
That's
that.
not a deadly wound. I will fucking contest this forever. That is not a deadly wound right there. It is not. The guy is getting
fans.
punched.
Points for surviving longer and causing more damage than the previous 2 participants. Craig made it halfway to the
Nah,
truck.
none of this is a lethal wound. None of this is a stab. It just cuts. Yeah, but not the kind that's gonna have your fucking intestines hanging out. It's just cuts, okay? It's cuts. You'll bleed, yeah. You'll make it to the hospital.
He ran all the way
Maybe.
to it.
But he won the game, is what I'm trying to say. Like, no, there's nothing here. There is nothing here. This stopped by the the fucking beer gut stopped it. Like, legit. He done. If I saw him slicing through, but no, he pulls back. So there's nothing there. It's not. That's nothing. It's
4
nothing.
points still, as he got closer to the truck than any of the 3 other previous participants. Jordan made an epic escape and nearly made it to the truck.
Okay, I still find this unfortunate because he would have made it. He would have made it. The distance. So
3 other previous
consider
participants.
this.
Jordan made an epic escape
Look.
and nearly made it.
If he hadn't tumbled here and then tumbled here as well, if the distance was too large, guaranteed he escapes. But the slope of death claimed another soul.
To the truck, but his unfortunate fall cost him the win, leaving him with 5 points. For
And you know what's a real shame?
nearly made it to the truck.
If he knew how to save fall, like here, even though he's fucking up, he still has a very good chance of like recovering this by rolling on his shoulder, like going like whoop, and then just continuing like nothing happened because the momentum is gonna help you get up instantly. That's it. But he doesn't know how to do it, or he was afraid. Because I understand it, because if you haven't practiced it on a hard surface, it can be intimidating to do any of that because you're gonna hurt. Of course you're gonna hurt. So to clarify, when we say safe falling, we don't mean that you nullify damage completely. You're not gonna do that, okay? because it's still you might slide a bit more, which means you're scraping your back on cement. You know, you might be a little bit awkward with your shoulder, might boop it harder than you intend. Okay, but like it definitely far outclasses not knowing how to fall safely. You know? So instinctively, if he just went, just pull your head down, let your body come over, if that makes sense, as you're rolling across your shoulders. Does that make sense as I'm describing it? Make sure you don't boop your knee on your head as well. When you're tucking your head in, make sure that you don't, boop these two. And to do that, what you do is basically how you position your knees. So a little bit more spread and a little bit, of course, tucked in a little bit, and then you won't hit your head. I know because I've done this like 20, 30 fucking billion times in training. Would it fuck me up to do it here? Yes. Would I still do it? Yes. Because then I'll get up and run. And if I don't do it, I might break something. Or these guys might stab my fucking ass. So fuck that. I will take it. Especially if I fucked up enough that I have to fucking fall. If I have to fucking fall, yes, you can bet your fucking ass I'm gonna try to do that over what this guy is doing. He would have escaped. Because this momentum would have allowed him to just roll and stand up and go, just immediately go.
All cost him
literally,
leaving him with 5 points for being the second closest person to getting to the truck. And finally, after an epic face-off, choking a person out and winning a knife fight, Jesse Encamp displayed the
I think the highlight for me
face-off
is 2, and both of these highlights, 3 actually, and 2 of those belong to Jesse, and one of those that belongs to Jesse is pure stupidity. Let's start with the stupidity. That ambush piggyback was horrendous. Horrendous. You would never do that. Stab the guy a billion times at the back. Already go to the other guy. Start stabbing that guy. Push him into the wall. Fucking stab him. To keep this guy clear, like your friend. That was so stupid, Jesse. And then, but like, okay, fine. He had a plan that looked fun. He had a plan that looked actually fun. But no, you shouldn't do it. And then you have the other moment of Jesse where he wins the stab fight. Somewhere after he did the silly leg thing, he did that very good
finally, after an epic
knife
face-off,
scene.
choking a person out and
Unfortunately, so he did throw a leg which could have been abused as fuck, and he would have lost like usage of his like leg very easily there by quick stab. It would have been very, very dangerous. But after that, he just legit finished the guy off, like legit fucking spammed the guy with stabs, and it worked, and it was nice. That's how you do that.
winning a knife fight, Jesse Encamp displayed
So and the third time, the third takeaway, I will say, is how bad the fight went with Ranton and the other guy. So Ranton having a knife and the other guy having a broom. That could have gone so much better. But it just shows that like you have to have some cohesion or you'll fall apart. I think that's what that demonstrates. Because at first, let's say Ranton should have never been allowed to join his friend. That was catastrophic for the aggressors. They shouldn't have let him. Yeah, but okay. Let's say he surprised them, got out of the bathroom, stabbed 2 people. Which also, by the way, why were they facing 4 people if Ranton stabbed 2? I will never understand. The math doesn't work. There's supposed to be 5. He stabbed 2, but then there were 4 people. How? It should have been 3 enemies versus 2, not 4 versus 2. But since it was 4 versus 2 for some reason, since these rules are a bit inconsistent, they held the formation there pretty fine, with the longer weapon fending off and the shorter weapon being the backup and the close quarters kind of fending off. That was great. And then for some reason, Ranton just like goes behind him. I don't even know why. Because they could have just like literally retreated like that. They're not under a time limit, from what I understand. They're not under a time limit. They could have just retreated like that the whole way. The whole way. Seriously. Assuming, of course, the guy with the broom didn't just limit himself to bonking, but also like thrusting to keep people away. You know, especially if you got like another guy who can thrust and keep people away with a very dangerous object, which is a knife. You can afford to like, you know, to thrust a bit with your stick, you know, and to bonk somebody. Yeah, okay, sure, I guess. And they could have escaped like that, but no, they fell apart completely for no reason. And they were like just betraying each other. First, Randon left the guy's side, and then the guy, instead of staying there with Randon to help him, just left as well. And then Randon in turn also left him, and he tried to make a last stand. Which, why would you try to make a last stand? Like, unless you can kill the other guy in like 1 second, like literally like split second kill him, and then run as fuck. No, you're gonna get swarmed by the remaining dudes that are already coming after you because they've finished your friend, which you fucking abandoned because he abandoned you. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Performance in the first challenge by getting all the way to the truck and receiving 6 points.
Damn.
Besides the opportunity to
I knew it. I was rooting for Jesse there. Even though the ambush was horrible, I was rooting for
win
Jesse.
the title of the Ultimate Self-Defense Champion and the Champion's Belt, there is one more exciting opportunity and challenge that the participants have. As throughout the championship, in addition to the main score, a separate score is also being tracked for the best use of the Atomic Bear Self-Defense Pen, for the chance to win the Atomic Bear Trophy.
I mean, dude, what's the best self-defense method? Just stab, I guess. Yeah.
And a $2,000.
What other is the best way to use like a pen? You can't slash. You can't, like, what are you gonna do? So how do we define the best usage?
Monetary prize. Before the championship, all the participants were briefly introduced on how to use the pen by Atomic Bear's founder, while the pen itself was fitted with a special training tip in order not to injure any of the attackers.
That's only during the competition.
Yes. The winner of the self-defense championship is not necessarily the winner of the pen championship. But I get 2K if I win the pen championship.
Yes, you do.
That's why, Ranton, you sneaky son of a bitch. I see. That's why he went for the quick double kill from the bathrooms. That's why he was like, okay, I'm gonna station myself inside a closeted environment, and then I'm gonna open the door and like stab as many people as I can and get the championship for the knife. Good plan. Unironically, good plan. Well played, sir.
So we go for
Each participant
Well played,
was
sir.
given 2 opportunities of their choice to use the pen during any of the challenges besides the finale, so far leaving Ranton and Jeff with only 1 more use left. And now it is time for the second challenge of the day, which even the participants didn't know what it's going to be.
I won't tell
Okay.
you too much about it until it's over. Anton can come first. Oh. First? Yeah, you're number 1. Good luck. Come this way.
Jesse could have also won the usage thing if he did what I said. So instead of jumping on the guy, just stabbing him, then quickly stabbing the other guy as well, like he could have gotten the same amount of quote-unquote kills as Ranton. I mean, he still stabbed too, theoretically. Like the ambushed guy, and then later the other guy who, you know, who he successfully terminated with his stabbing.
This is scary. This is so scary. What is going on?
Oh god.
Into that room.
What's in the room?
This is a floor plan. That's the bottom floor.
Oh my
Sorry, that's the top floor. No. So what we require you to do is to write down.
While the participants did not get attacked, this challenge had an extremely important self-defense lesson to
Okay.
teach. As most self-defense schools focus on the physical side of things, a big part of self-defense is not only your ability to defend against an attacker, but it's also about the so-called soft self-defense skills, such as your ability to be aware of your environment, notice valuable escape routes, objects that can be used as improvised weapons, or the ability to notice potential threats early. Oftentimes, these soft skills may be even more valuable than the physical skills, as they
They are more valuable. That's true.
can prevent you
Because potentially they're going to prevent you from having to use that.
from getting into a dangerous situation altogether. That is why we asked each participant to walk through a corridor filled with various possible improvised weapons and threats, with them knowing that at the end of this route they will be asked a series of questions to see how much they notice and to see which participant has the best environmental awareness.
Okay, that's awesome. That's an awesome test. Nice. That is actually legitimately a nice test.
But before we get to see Ranton's score, let's start with the unluckiest participants first.
And take a seat.
Oh
Need a
no.
seat.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, he wasn't gonna make it. I was fucking certain that Jesse would fail that the moment I knew it.
That was a disaster. I expect to defend myself. I'm walking as fast as possible. I want to rush an attacker if they appear, so I'm just speeding through the whole thing. I didn't see anything, but it turns out maybe that is actually a very good exercise because self-defense
Yes,
is
it is.
also about situational awareness. I learned my lesson.
I should have known better, but Jeff Phillips said maybe you might need to grapple. And I just stayed focused on the grappling.
So I wanted them to think that they were fighting because it's easy to told prior to notice where things are. But if you're not told that and you're expecting to be jumped, that's close to what self-defense would be like.
It was very surprising, but it was a good one. But I didn't remember anything.
Yeah, this I'll tell you why this happens most of the time. Most of the time, like in most cases, you are indeed observing, right? You are observing. You are observant. Like, I hope you are at least. You're going through the office rooms and you're kind of like checking to see, you know, like these guys did, because they all did that. Even Jesse did that. But for every space that they checked mentally, then there was a blank to be filled with the next task that the brain needs to do in that moment. So they're not memorizing, they're checking for threats and then mentally discarding it. That's dangerous, but it's how it mostly works, unfortunately. It's difficult, as they say, it's difficult to train yourself to also retain information such as escape routes, how many people were in each room, what kind of objects were in there, all that kind of stuff. It takes practicing it a bit because your brain, and unfortunately it goes against, like, let's say, it goes against the kind of mentality you're in when you're expecting to have to fight, let's say, because you're basically telling your brain, take a moment and take these details in as I go and retain them. But your brain is telling you, no, we checked that. Let's focus on what's coming now. Let's focus in the moment and be ready. And it just doesn't want you to remember because it considers them as useless information. The moment that your own criteria have told yourself that this room is clear, it is very likely that your brain is going to go, okay, fuck it. We don't care about that anymore. We have another 5 rooms to check and I have to do it really fast. Forget that room. You know, it's just how it happens on average. It's not that you're not paying attention, it's that you're mentally clearing the room. And once it's clear, you just put it out of your mind completely. You have to train yourself to remember these things and not immediately discard these memories. You know, it's not that it is less that they weren't paying attention and more that. That's the thing. Now, if you also on top are not paying attention, well, okay, at that point you're not even mentally clearing the rooms, which means, holy shit, where are you going? You shouldn't be going anywhere without at least like another one person.
I think that I was going too fast. I wasn't quite aware enough, which is a problem I have in general. I have ADHD, so it's hard to focus on these other things when I'm just so focused on what I'm doing, which is don't get stabbed, don't get attacked. And I could have been way more aware.
Meanwhile, Ranton had a different solution in mind.
I'm an incredibly forgetful person when it comes to visual things. I could talk to somebody for 2 hours, and a minute after I turn around and someone would ask me what color is their shirt, I don't know. Wait, my score for this is already fixed because if it's not, I'm not gonna reveal something right now. Can the score for that still change?
You're safe.
Because there are some things that I just made up. I just put a cross in a random room and I said stick. Don't change my score. I'm not the only one who made stuff up. I think all of us made some stuff up. I didn't fuck up completely. I did notice two guys. I noticed the broom. And it wasn't horrible.
Since creative solutions are also a part of self-defense, Renton got to
I would have, so honest to God, I would have noticed anything that has to do with people, not with objects. I am far more inclined to remember where people are in a space than to... I would notice a broom, of course. I would notice, like, a broom is too obvious. But I don't think I would be on the level where I would be counting how many pens are in a cup on a desk, you know? If there is a prominent knife, if there is a large knife like what we saw on one of the desks, I might have taken that into consideration. I would be, not because I'm expecting anything, but because it would have drawn my attention. I would be like, that's an interesting place to have like a whole ass knife right there. That's it. That would have put me on alert in general, I would believe. That would probably put me on alert a little bit, especially if there was like a person in the room and I didn't exactly know where I'm going and for what. I would be like, what is that? Like, what is that doing there? It is the same. It is the same. For example, if I walk into a friend's place, right? If I walk into a friend's house, and it is very likely that I will notice that something just doesn't belong, or seems a bit strange. I remember, for example, what you call it? So I was going to a friend, so John and his wife. I was going to their place. Well, it's not his wife anymore, but whatever. And they had on the table, and I can't explain in detail, but like their house is a mess, or used to be a mess, like very, very messy. No offense, it was just very messy, right? And when I say messy, I mean like stuff everywhere, not messy as in dirty, but just stuff everywhere. Random shit everywhere. Literally so much stuff. You have no idea. And even in that fucking chaos, I did spot, for example, a combat knife which he had in its holster on a table somewhere on the side. Like my eye went immediately. That's a combat knife. By the way, John was you know, a bit enthusiastic about aspects of the military, about you know, paintball, about you know, he liked his knives as well. He did have like a small collection, but that knife in particular was extremely out of place there. So even though I knew that generally in that house there are knives, combat knives, that one in particular I knew didn't belong on that table, and indeed it was a special circumstance. But I noticed it right away, immediately. Like I was like, oh, there we go. That's an object that just is dangerous and doesn't belong, even in an environment where you would think otherwise. But it just didn't make sense where it was in the moment. And my brain was like, okay, well, why do you have a knife there? I mean, I literally asked him, like, why do you have a knife there? I legitimately asked him. I contested it immediately, like the validity of that item there in the open, where somebody can walk in and just use it immediately for any purpose. So my brain does work that way. And I would remember where that knife is, for example. But that's also because I was like not as tense because the environment was familiar. Now, if the environment wasn't familiar, it was like a situation like what you just saw, and it was a new situation to me, some things might have slipped me where you would expect the opposite, right? You would expect alertness. But the thing is, there is alertness. It's just not towards the same things. Because in John's house, for example, I had no reason to be on alert for the people who were there. I know who's going to be there, mostly. If I don't, I know where any new people are going to be, mostly. Right? So immediately I'm just noticing other stuff. But if it's a situation like what we presented there, as I said, I would be taking into account people and their positions more than objects, unless these objects completely stood out, like a broom against the wall for no reason. That would stand out. Like, what is that doing there? Like, I see that I see stuff like that sometimes when I go out, like shopping or whatever, and I see like I go into a bank and there is like something. It has happened. Like I go into a bank and I notice that somewhere in the back office there is like a vacuum cleaner, and I'm like, huh? You know, so I notice stuff like that, like kind of things that just don't make sense or don't belong immediately. But it's mostly people. I'm not gonna lie. It's mostly people because I consider people to be more dangerous than objects in my hierarchy. Like in my mental hierarchy, people are what I'm looking out for. People and animals, let's say, you know. So yeah, it would be difficult for me too to go into this test and say, oh, I saw a pen there. I saw a collection of like, I don't know, lighters over there. I saw like a flashlight somewhere and a flashlight somewhere else, you know. Well, probably the flashlight I would notice. Um, yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It depends what the object is, how well it matches the environment and the time of day and everything. Like, you know, even a flashlight, which I used as an example, it would stick out because you're like, what is that doing there? Like, are they expecting like a power outage? Like, what's going on? Why would you have like a flashlight exposed? My initial thought would be, did the security guard forget it? And if so, where is that security guard? And why would they forget it? You know, my brain would do things, you know? But again, I don't think to the degree of like a casual walkthrough with more minor objects or more generic ones. Let's say a paper cutter, right? It's still very lethal. My brain would be like, okay, I would notice it, but I wouldn't remember it. I wouldn't be able to tell you, I think, exactly where it was like 10 minutes later, you know? But people I would probably remember. Yeah. People I would probably remember. I do pay attention to that. So yeah, this is a very nice test. Like, of all these 20 minutes we watched, this part was the best. Easily the best.
To keep his score, but it were the final two participants who showed how this challenge should be done.
So we're basically walking through this part.
I think I was looking for weapons or threats. That was it.
I'll get you to put those three things back.
Did the best I could do.
After picking up every single possible improvised weapon along the way, Greg didn't have an issue identifying where they were.
Yeah, I was about to say, if you're picking them up, you're cheating because then you can't say, oh, they're on my person because I took them, right? That's cheating. So you have to remember where they are, so you still don't pass the test, but at least you picked up the weapons. Now, the question is this a test like, I wouldn't go into an office and start picking up objects because they have a word for that. And that's theft. And that's punishable by law. So I think it is unfair that they allowed him to collect the weapons because it shouldn't count. It just shouldn't count at all. At all. It gives him no fucking benefit. Because if you tell me that I can pick up the weapons, so notice how this works. If they told me you can pick up the weapons, I immediately understand that if it is allowed, then there is a chance that this is a combat scenario. Then I'll pick up weapons. If they tell me just walk through here, then I'm assuming that we're simulating a civilized environment where I don't need to expect to be attacked. I'm just walking through somewhere, right? Those are the instructions. That's the difference. Like if you tell me you're also allowed to pick up, or if I ask, can I pick up these objects? And you tell me yes, you can trust your ass, I'm gonna pick up something. Because I will just expect it, you know? And of course, in a real life situation, you wouldn't have to tell me. If I entered an abandoned office, yes, I would probably grab something. If it was an office that is like proper office with people working, dude, that's theft. You can't do that. So I think it's too obscure, and I think this should be disqualified. But if we're talking memory, and disqualification isn't a thing, well, you're fucked, because where did you pick them up from? You still can't tell.
And received 5 points, while Nathan used a similar strategy.
He's picking.
So they're telling me, so the judges are telling you that they're doing great because they picked up the weapons. So at that point, it would be more fair to clarify to the other contestants that you are allowed to do anything you want, including picking up objects or whatever. Just you can word it as obscurely as you want, as long as you word it somehow. But if you're telling them, let's just walk through this corridor, well, yes, let's just walk. How do I even know what the fuck you're emulating? I don't even know what scenario you're simulating at that point.
Picking up things, he's walking around with knives in his pockets and stuff that he found, and he was on it.
Nathan remembered his environment even better than Craig, scoring him the highest score for this challenge.
Dude, I don't remember anything. You didn't see knives on the ground? No, I was not observant. I think that might be one of the most practical exercises you
Yeah, it is it is a very good exercise. I agree.
do when it comes to self-defense, situational awareness. Cut.
The day has passed, and although there were 5
Wow, that's a filter. That's not the day passing.
the day has
That has to be a filter, right?
passed, and
I mean, look at the sky. There's no way. This looks artificial, darkening.
although there were 5 more challenges ahead of the contenders, before the next one on the following day, they were given some cutscene sleeping supplements for a good night's sleep, and then headed back to the fighter house to recover.
Okay. People have to understand, I didn't come into this competition as an underdog. I came into it as the under-cockroach, bro. I came into it as a nothing burger, man. And then after the first day, I felt hopeful.
I want to win so bad, so like it's just stressful for me. That's just who I am. You know, it's my mentality. When I saw Jesse come out and make it further than me, I was like, God damn it.
It became all of a sudden much more dangerous for me in the competition. Jordan's very serious about winning. This dude is here to beat my ass, and I'm gonna have to fight back and kick his first.
Then, after watching a movie and some fighter talk,
Sparring Muay Thai champ blocked the kick, broke his forearm, just sat there. I was like, aren't you gonna go to the hospital, man? He's like, no, I can't afford it.
That's ridiculous.
they were ready to call it a day to recover before what was waiting for them next.
I think I did good in the awareness challenge. They wanted the building, they kept fighting. And me playing by the rules, when I got like stabbed, I was like, oh,
There are no rules, my dude. There are no fucking rules.
okay, you guys got me. I should have been like them and just keep fighting. Oh, you stabbed me? Ah, it's just a scratch. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, if it's just a scratch, you should continue, yes, and they should allow it. But the rules are inconsistent as well, so it just creates like such a huge mess.
So I'm changing mindset now and I'm coming to kill.
Yeah.
And no more nice, no more playing by the rules.
Just like, don't stop, just keep going.
I'm gonna keep going no matter what, yeah.
The contenders were ready to go back to the facility where the third challenge was awaiting them. Yet all they knew of it was that it was called Scenarios. And once they geared up with their custom-made and color-fitted X-Martial rash guards and SMEI's protective gear, they were ready to find out what the next challenge is, one by one.
Way.
I have never in my life punched someone before.
Plans you have in your head like
It is so this was the first part of the one we watched, like this one. The bar fight, right? I think, because I think I saw the setup for that. Interesting. But this is over and we're done. And I'm melting. Holy shit, is it warm here. But that said, that was interesting. I liked watching it. You know, with you, it always makes interesting conversation. Let's close it down. Okay, I enjoyed it. I'd say I enjoyed it. Obviously, I'm not affiliated or like sponsored or anything. I'm just like watching videos with you. That's all. But yeah, cool shit. I had a lot of comments about it, I guess, and whether or not you're gonna like agree with them, I just don't care. You can just do whatever you want. You know, you're a grown adult, I hope, so you can take what I'm saying any way you like it, I guess. It's your fucking responsibility, not my responsibility to just think for you. Again, just like with the martial arts videos that I do, or streams that I do, sorry. They're mostly for me, and they're mostly like my opinion and how I feel about it, and they're for me. Like I'm reminding myself and motivating myself. I'm not reminding you or motivating you. I'm certainly not fucking teaching you, as I'm not officially qualified in that regard, regardless of having actually taught before. So any complaints or disparity in opinions, zip it, lock it, and put it in your pocket, baby. I don't fucking care. Okay, what I say works for me and goes for me. And if you disagree, well, you have your reasons, and I don't care to listen to them. you know. But I am open to conversation in general. I just don't care to be like, oh, but if I did this yesterday and my teacher told me it's not right, I don't give a fuck. Sorry, I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I don't know your teacher. I don't know you. I don't fucking give a shit. What I say is for me, and it's like my collection of thoughts and feelings and like conclusions and deductions that I've come across over like my 10 plus years of martial arts. And it's not for everyone, and sometimes my morality and philosophy, you can question it if you want, but that's what it is. um yeah, so I don't know. And I mean, there is so many reasons for every fucking person on the planet to be learning martial arts or not learning martial arts, that it's just pointless to talk about it, or try to discuss like, why are you learning it? Is it to kill people and all that fucking stupid conversations? I don't care, man. Just do what you want. I just don't give a fuck. I'm not trying to convert you or convince you to train or not to train. I don't give a fuck, honestly. It's something that you need to keep in mind. And, I also don't take things personally. Like, I don't personally know these people as well, when it comes to watching videos. Of course, obviously, I personally know me. So when I'm talking about that, I'm talking mostly about when we watch videos, not when I actually make a stream myself about martial arts, right? But yeah, I don't know these people, and everything I say is like just not against them, but rather relevant to the situation. And what I find humorous is the situation. And all my critique doesn't go to them as people, but to them as martial artists, as I see it, through my fucking criteria and through my fucking personal, um, you know, uh, opinion, let's say. So, don't go hating these guys, or don't go trying to like debate them on their arts or their choices or whatever. Nobody gives a fuck. I just watch a video and comment on it. And I actually quite enjoy, for example, watching Jesse's like various martial art videos as well. Like, I think they're well done. uh, and at least at least he's somebody who goes around and tries to find other martial artists, and try to collate the information that he gets. It's nice to do. So it's never personal. So yeah, I hope that kind of like clarifies my stance of the whole thing. And I've not said that I'm an authority or anything. I've not said that I'm like a teacher. So do with information that I give you whatever the fuck you will. And that's not a cop out, because I still stand by at least 90% of everything I've said. I stand behind it any day. Yeah, and it's more on a basis of, well, prove me wrong and I'll change my mind. But I don't fucking know, dude. 10 plus years. I'd say the vast majority of what I'm saying, at least for me, works. So whatever. If it doesn't work for you, well, tough luck. Sounds like a you problem. So yeah, I don't know. Sorry for being harsh as well in this segment, but like, all this needs to be said, right? And of course, I'm also not comparing myself to these people. I'm also at the same time not an advocate of the theory that you need to be a chef to have an opinion on food. And in this situation, although I'm not a chef, I have tasted a lot of food. I've dived deep in food. So yes, I do allow myself to kind of talk about food, If you're getting my analogy here, even though I may not be a chef and these guys may be chefs. So, But even so, it's just not personal with them. And of course, obviously, my critique goes only as far as these silly games go. And I'm only using them as a platform to demonstrate like maybe a few things that I've talked about, or some things I haven't yet talked about, and just like see if I can find examples of that, right? Nor am I taking this contest like more seriously than I should or anything. It's just that like it's an interesting mental exercise. That's all. Anyway, I've said enough. I think that like 80% of what I said you should have already like kind of gotten on your own, right? But I'm just saying it anyways, just to be clear about what's happening with this particular like watching of martial arts videos, you know. Yeah. Okay. And also just to answer you, do I think I would have done better in that scenario? Well, perhaps. I will leave it there. I will say perhaps yes. Perhaps yes. I would have for sure done differently. So better, that's perhaps. Differently though, yes, absolutely. I think a lot of what I've seen has been to me, you know, with my own criteria that I've set for myself through the years, questionable choices and situations. So yeah, definitely different, but better, who knows, right? So far, what I've done with the very few situations I've ever faced in my life, like for example, getting stoned. No, and I don't mean getting high. I mean literally stoned, as in you know the lynching thing, and how I reacted there, and what happened. Or for example, when I got punched in a club, and how I reacted there, and what happened. Hey, my way works for me. If it doesn't work for you, you know, tough luck. Kick rocks. I don't know. Find your way. That is also part of the point. Like everything I say, if it helps you in one way only, I hope it's to find your way. If it only does one thing, I hope it's that at least. Or you know, and second to entertain you. You know, to entertain you, to make you think about a few things, perhaps. You know, and you know, good background noise at least. So yeah, I don't know what to tell you. If you still think I'm fucking crazy or deluded or I think too much of myself, well, you know, at that point, stop watching, and you know, just watch me on my gaming days, I guess, where it's like Tuesday, Monday. Just skip my Saturdays or something. And on YouTube, skip all the videos that have nothing to do with gaming, and you'll be safe. Or don't watch me at all if you don't find me entertaining. That's okay, you know. But if you do, drop a like, follow, and subscribe. I always wanted to say that. All right. Okay, so having said that, bye bye, and thank you for watching, and I really appreciate you. And I'll see you next time, unless I still don't have my air conditioner fixed. Keep that in mind. I might have to push Monday and Tuesday to another day, depending, because I'm really just. I don't feel so safe with my PC operating in like, let's say 35 degrees plus. Let's put it that way, very optimistically, because in reality it's closer to 38, 40. But okay, but yeah, I'm not comfortable with that thought, and yeah, not when pushing my 5080 to the limit at least. Okay, so I might have to push the whole thing towards the end of the week instead, depending when it gets fixed, you know, my air conditioning unit. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. Stay safe.